Now then, Shaggers, welcome back to the Done A Bit podcast. We are finally back. I will take 100% responsibility for the lack of doing these, but we're back. We are fucking back. We are with Big Pappy Owen Livesey and the Ox MMA.
See you at the top.
Right, so where do we start? Do we go straight into the Q&A? Or do we give a fucking... I mean, since the last podcast, you beat Chris Weidman. You... trying to think what else we've done since then. It's been a fucking long time, hasn't it?
Not been that much though, is it? Seminars and that.
Seminars, yeah.
Loads of seminars, training.
Loads of lads fighting at the gym.
Yeah,
Same.
loads of MMA.
And obviously, you've just got back from Big Roka.
Yeah.
So, how was that?
It's good training though, mate, innit, obviously. It's just Danaher's running out, like literally runs everything. So the technique's obviously second to none. The technique's fucking phenomenal. And then the training partners in the room are genuinely the best you'd get for this sport. So yeah, couldn't fault the training. The atmosphere was good as well. And like, to be fair, like before I went, I wasn't sure what it'd be like.
Yeah, what was your thoughts prior to going to there? What was you thinking like?
It's just like you just see things online, don't you? And you hear loads of fucking shit and that. And like none of it bothered me because I was going there simply because it's like the best place to train. Like loads of people have asked me why I didn't go B team and that. It's like I wouldn't want to go all the way to Texas for open sparring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I wanted to go all the way to Texas so I could bring stuff back for myself and like as a coach as well. And I knew John takes all the sessions there. And then you get to spar with all them fucking top lads who are fucking, we'll go into it after, but like who are very, very fucking good.
Yep.
But yeah, when you see it from online perspective, it's like you hear loads of shit, don't you? But when I got there, it just wasn't like that at all. Like,
yeah, mate, yeah.
They were all absolutely fucking bang on. They were all like genuinely like more welcoming than I've ever been welcomed anywhere. Like actually asking you if they could show you techniques.
Yeah.
It was fucking, I didn't think it'd be like that at all. I thought it'd be like everyone kept themselves to themselves, but it wasn't that.
Mate, we've had a similar thing this week, haven't we, regarding Carlson Gracie Hull, regarding the silly comment I heard the other day at the gym about fucking people have this perception that Carlson Gracie Hull, you go there and get fucking air when it's one of the most welcoming places there ever fucking is in Hull.
Yeah, but I just think I think all that is Hull is full of shit gyms. It is. And I think that is a very clever way of retaining your members when the service you provide's wank.
Yep.
Is by dropping fear into everybody that our gym is this way inclined, and someone with a pair of bollocks would go and see it for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard loads of people saying, before I came here, my coach told me, if you go to Carlson's, it's a lot rougher than here and you get twatted, which isn't true as well. Like, it is, we train hard, but like, you got to train hard to be good.
Yep.
But I know anyway, if that was me and I was in my first gym and there was a gym round the corner booming and my coach said it's really rough there though, I'd be like, well, I'll go and see myself first.
Yeah.
So for the people that don't do that, they wouldn't fit in anyway, because them sort of people probably will get twatted and probably will get hurt. So
that's it. It is like the thought of some things can be just a lot worse than like you said. Just go and experience it for yourself, and obviously you've done that going to Roka, training with John on that, and found out it's actually fucking class.
So what was it actually like then? Going there, like what was the atmosphere like in comparison
what was
to
day
like an
one?
English gym?
So it's just the thing is like I found it very like, I think people who've never been like involved with like performance sport would find it weird.
Yep.
Because even in Britain, I think if like you got into like performance sports, like when I trained full time judo, it's a different atmosphere anyway. You know, because like everyone there is like a professional in the sport. Like look at our gym now. You've got people who take it serious.
Yeah.
You've got absolute fucking head the balls that walk in fucking absolutely stoned off the tits. Like you've got fucking people on tag Like,
Yeah.
it's just an absolute
What?
ridiculous place.
That one an Apple Watch or a Whoop band?
So you don't get that in Roka.
No,
you know what I
you
mean?
No
But
one on tag there.
but you won't get that on like a Team GB thing either. So
No.
it's the same. Like I just found it very similar to when I was a full timer. Like everyone in there is very serious about training.
Yep.
Which straight away changes the atmosphere a little bit. They don't train to any music, which I found strange because I've always trained to music.
Yep.
But I did actually get used to that after about 5-6 days.
Do you think you could apply that to? Would you want to apply that to Carlson's, or
No.
do you think you
No, because like I said, different people.
Yep.
So I think you have no music, but the sessions are really good, quality wise, and everyone in there is a professional grappler. It's fine.
Yeah.
When someone's worked 9 to 5, and then you have to take fucking 1 hour of training to build an atmosphere. I think you could lose a few. I think like you need an atmosphere as soon as you walk through the door and outside the gym.
And that is like one of the selling points for Carlson's for me. Like the atmosphere in there, it's like a battery when you go in there. You get charged up. The second you stand on that mat, the fucking music's on. All the lads are just being dickheads. It's like a fucking battery. It charges you up.
But yeah, like the fucking training was just, they basically train the same. The format of the session is exactly the same, 7 days a week. So they do 2 sessions a day, Monday to Friday. They do 1 session on a Saturday and 1 session on a Sunday. And every single session is the same. So every morning is about 7 or 8 technical drills. The morning sessions, all the drills are on the floor only. And that's followed by positional sparring and open sparring, where there's no clock. John just says go, John says change. And it alters as well, like each day. Like sometimes you're fucking rolling and it seems like your round's been 5 minutes. Other times your round feels like 45 minutes. And the evening they do like half stand up. So they literally practice stand up every day.
Oh, fair.
They do half stand up and half ground.
So what is it like? Go for wrestling drills to the floor, or like?
No, like they literally, it's completely divided. So like one of the sessions we might do like 4 drills starting from a single leg on the feet, kind of like we did last night.
Yeah.
And then the next 4 will be from saddle position leg locks.
Right.
So it's not combined. It's just like the evening session's a little bit of stand up, a little bit of groundwork. The morning session is all groundwork. And then both sessions is followed by positional and open sparring all the time.
What are the stand-up rounds then? Are they like open wrestling rounds, or are they just like specific?
No, so they don't do just stand-up rounds, or we didn't just do stand-up rounds.
They don't do that.
It was just the drills that was on.
Oh, right, okay, I'm with you.
So the sparring is always the same positional rounds, and then they call it open match, which is just basically open grappling rounds.
So that's how they get good at stand-up then?
Yeah, I think I was there for 2 weeks, so I don't know if they do like strictly just stand-up rounds, but they are very good on the feet as well.
Yeah.
But it's a very fucking, mate, they train really hard. Like, I don't think people realise how hard they train.
Yeah.
Like, your mat time through a week is about 24 to 26 hours a week on the mat, and not a minute of it's wasted.
That's good.
Like, it's fucking good
quality.
training. And yeah, and because it's invite only, you could never be left with a shit round. It doesn't actually matter who you get in that room. Like, there's purple belts in that room who'd fucking win European trials.
Yeah. I suppose in there it is going to be evolve or die, in it. Like, you either try, obviously you're not going to be the level of Gordon Ryan, but you either get up to their level and try and match it, or die.
Mate, if you stuck around in that gym and if you consistently never missed training at all for a year, you'd be completely different at the end of it.
Yeah,
it's impressive. Like,
what was like the 3 biggest take homes from you? I think you remember saying, like, when I asked you this, it was like wrestling from everywhere, arm bars, and I can't remember the last one.
yeah, like, mate, we covered every area.
Yeah.
So we did stand up, we did some guard passing, we did some pinning, we did some submissions, we did some bottom work, we did some leg locks, we did some leg lock escapes, defence. So, like, you could take, fucking hell, like, what I've took from it is just specific to me. You know what I mean? So obviously I like wrestling, so I took some good stuff from there. And different, like, little tricks that they use on the feet against people who are better wrestlers than them as well. Like, they're really good at, like, defensive wrestling and nullifying a better wrestler than them. Like, I was pretty lucky because the second week that I was there was the week of who's number one when MEREGALI fought Duarte. So, like, because obviously I've done quite a bit of stand-up, John made me, like, spar loads with MEREGALI, and, like, I got to see how they actually prep someone for a match like that, and, like, how they actually do, like, the way I've approached grappling matches, like, I don't really care. I just go and do what I do, but they do apply a lot of fucking tactics.
Yeah. Does that change your thinking of to your own matches now or no?
Not really for me, mate, because, like, I'm just doing it because I enjoy it now. Like, I'm more of a coach than I am a grappler now, definitely. But I'm just grappling because I enjoy competing and I get invited to big shows. I'm never going to say no.
What sort of tactics are you talking about, like?
Just small things, like, one of them, for example, was, like, Kynan loves a blast double.
Yeah.
He doesn't really, like, I didn't realise any of this. Like, obviously, John goes unbelievably in depth on opponents and that.
Yeah.
And, like, what they were saying was, like, Kynan doesn't really do anything else other than a blast double on the feet. And if you actually watch Kynan, like, after hearing that, he genuinely doesn't do anything else other than a blast double. So, like, MEREGALI was keeping one arm down. It didn't matter which arm it was. He's keeping one arm down all the time. So if you watch the fight back, he's, like, collar tying with one arm. And the other arm's always down. And that arm was always down. So if Kynan did a blast double, he had a down block arm in already. So he could kill it with an underhook. And then the tactics was basically just to weather the storm because Kynan comes out like a fucking bull. And then in the latter part of the fucking match, when Kynan starts to fatigue, if MEREGALI could get on top, they thought he could finish him because a lot of the positional work that they do, like, is fucking phenomenal. And it's like they basically, through the positional work, put themselves under massive pressure twice a day, every day. So basically, if you put them into some of the worst positions in jiu-jitsu, they're not only phenomenal at escaping them, but they're unbelievably comfortable there as well.
Yeah.
Whereas John, like, sat everyone down the day after MEREGALI beat Duarte and reminded everyone why they do them positional work, because he said, look, like, Kynan's probably not been put in mount for 4 years. And as soon as he got put in mount last night, he did give up when you watch it. He just let his arm fucking go straight above his head and he tapped with him like 5 seconds. And they thought they more or less predicted that that's the way you could win.
So, like, when I watched, like, the Fleur grappling interview with Johnny, he was talking about, like, how it was going to be more like a 50-50 match. It was going to be a very difficult match. Was there, like, a different vibe to that in the gym? Were they all thinking, like, really fancy MEREGALI to, like, do a number on it?
No, like, it was weird. Like, I think kind of, like, no one really knew what was going to happen. Like, from what I took, it's like some people believed, like, what they were all saying was MEREGALI's 10 times better as a submission artist. Like, he'll finish people.
Yeah.
But Kynan's very fucking strong, very physical, and very clever, and very good at winning. So, like, it was kind of like MEREGALI's definitely got the better jiu-jitsu, but we're not quite sure if he'll be able to apply it against someone like Kynan within a 15-minute period. But it went down to a T. Like, the tactics that I've seen them working on, fucking, like, it was weird watching it because, like, everything we'd been doing within that couple of weeks, like, MEREGALI was literally playing that game from, like, the wrestling that we've been doing to Kynan took him down quite early in the match. And then the wrestle-ups that he hits from reverse De La Riva, we've been working on them. Like, they kind of all have a very, very similar game, though, but they're that fucking good at it.
Yeah.
And they're doing it, everything within half a second reactions that you can't really stop it, to be fair.
It's fucked, ain't it? Like, even
impressive.
It was on about this the other day, and, like, you know what's coming sometimes, don't you? But you just can't stop it.
They were unbelievable, mate. Honestly, like, I can only, like, compare that to when I was, like, at the highest level judo camps, and you call it Randorian judo. You, like, spar against the Olympic judo champion, you're like, fuck me. That room is so high level. Honestly, it's like you'll have a round with someone that you've never heard of, and he's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, the pros are just like a little bit better technically and far stronger than everyone else in the room.
Mental.
But everyone, like I said, like their purple belts could probably win the European trials. It's just, they're absolutely phenomenal in every area of grappling. It's scary to be fair.
And sorry, how long were the sessions again?
Mate, they're not unbelievably long. Like, I reckon between 90 minutes and 2 hours.
That's right, fair.
They're not like I literally, this is what I mean. Before I went, I thought it's going to be absolutely silent, no atmosphere, no one's going to speak to me.
Yeah.
And John's definitely running like 2 4-hour sessions a day.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like that at all. Like, even John, like when I got to speak to him, was fucking normal, really funny bloke. Genuinely.
What
like,
was his best rash guard he wore?
I didn't take into account what he was wearing that much stuff. Fucking some trip, like.
What was there? Was there any like big surprise? I know you kind of gone through a lot in depth there, but was there any like, oh, like I didn't expect that at all, like, or
Just how welcoming everyone was.
yeah,
I couldn't believe how like I remember rolling with Big Dan, who's fucking ridiculous, and he just fucking battered me, Big Dan. There's genuinely nothing I could do at all. He's the strongest human by a mile I've ever felt, and he's really technical as well, which is just like, it's mental that someone's 130 kilo that strong and he can invert like he's fucking 60 kilo. Like, it's ridiculous. And then at the end of the session, he's like, "Do you mind if I show you something?" I'm
never.
like, what the fuck? So I'm like, of course not. And he more or less gives a 1-to-1 and like showed me about 6 techniques on the side. It ended up being like a 30-minute session.
No way.
It's like, you just don't expect that as a visitor,
No.
travelling and popping in someone's gym, that someone would go out of the way and want to show you something without you even asking.
What was he showing you?
It was a pinch headlock, so like, he put me on the bottom because I had no fucking choice. And I was just, like, we've been doing a lot of open guard stuff with John, so I'm like, I'm on my back, I thought, fuck it. I'm not getting off my back unless Big Dan fucking lets me. So I'll try some shit, and I was doing pinch headlock, and it just altered my grip. Like, the way I was gripping meant that he could quite easily get his head out, like free up his head. And he just switched my grip, which completely changed it, so you just couldn't get your head out. And then he showed me about 5 techniques off the back from that position, so I got quite, it was like a fucking another session, to be fair. Got a lot out of it.
That's class. It's just shit like that, or like you don't realise how far it goes, do you? You know what I mean? Like, I know you've been in the sport forever. Like, it's just little things like that would do go fucking really, really far.
I just think they're your best places, though. I think, you know, like, you go into gyms, right, that are shit, and they've all got secrets, or they act like they've got secrets. Like, like I know gyms around here that say, "This is what we do." Like, not like, don't tell anyone this because this is like, you go at New Wave, the best in the world, and they're showing you everything they do.
Yeah,
that's when you know someone's good, because they'll show you, because they know you can't stop them doing it anyway because they're too good at it. Like, and then you go in like a fucking mediocre gym. He's like, "I'll show you this, mate, but like, don't tell anyone this." One of those. It's like, it's fucking, like, for me, that's when you know you're in a good place, when they're not even, like, John's let me come over there. I've fought Luke Griffith at the European trials. I've got Polaris in about 6 weeks, and Bodoni's in that tournament. You don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Still showing me the same as he's showing them.
And it's all free as well, which is mental.
They know the game, and they know that they're so good at it that it's going to be hard to stop anyway.
They've also been doing it a very long time, so somebody comes in and picks a bit up, they're not realistically going to replicate that game they've even got, are they? They're just going to like take a...
You've got segments of it,
yeah, you're getting a segment, aren't you? Which you can obviously use to good effect, but they've got years on you already, haven't they?
100%. It's an impressive place. Like, even like, I fought Luke a year ago, and he's just fucking so much better.
Yeah, mate, yeah.
Like, the amount he's progressed in every area in years.
I mean, I don't know if no people know that story. Well, they might not know the story, the ADCC trial story. So, fucking, I went to ADCC trials with Owen in Poland, and he'd gone through the full day, had massive scraps. Like, literally, the first one was fucking, the fucking Swiss lad, is he?
Yeah, Gaio, wasn't it?
Guy, yeah. Still one of my favourite grappling matches I've ever seen in my life. Absolute tear up. Then it was, I think, a French lad.
Can't remember.
I think it was a French lad. Then it was that massive fucking
Norwegian, wasn't it?
Norwegian, and then
Swedish,
and then
Freddie pulled out.
Freddie pulled out, and then we was in the room upstairs, and he was like, right, I don't know the fucking rules. I think I'm gonna have to try play the rules. And then you sat there on your phone reading them, like, right, in the first 5 minutes, it's fucking this, and that. Came out with a game plan. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna take him down. I'm just gonna stand up within 5 minutes, and then within 30 seconds, you put me in a fucking fireman's.
Yeah, like, because mate, honestly, I actually don't know what they do, but everyone in New Wave, their collar ties feel like a ton.
That's mental.
Like, genuinely, I don't know if it's a technique thing or a strength thing, but like when they do a collar tie, honestly, like 3 minutes of it and your neck's got the fattest pump you've ever had in your life. Like, and I think I just felt his collar ties and thought, fuck this, I'm gonna throw him instead. But Luke's got fucking 100 times better. Like,
That's hooked in it, yeah.
after rolling with him, like, I genuinely think he'll medal at the next Worlds.
Yeah. Do any of them do gi or no? Is it all no gi?
So this is like, it's mad this, because I got to like hear what they do, because MEREGALI's now saying he's doing gi again, isn't it?
Okay, right.
So because MEREGALI's doing this Grand Prix thing, it's fucking nuts. So like, he doesn't do gi at all.
Okay.
He's like the best in the world by a mile at gi, but he don't do gi at all.
He's beat Kane as well in the gi, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think they were saying they were 2-2 before that match.
Right.
But he doesn't do gi at all. And then, like, he's fought Kynan, come in, and then he does 2 weeks in the gi. So what happens is John will teach a session, and then he'll just tell 4 of the lads to bring a gi with them. And then they have to fucking train with MEREGALI during that session for 2 weeks, and then he'll go and win one of the biggest tournaments in the world with his gi on instead.
That's fucked.
So,
how does he actually absorb all that knowledge? There's so much to the gi, there's so much to no gi. He coaches MMA, supposedly MMA striking. Like, what? How has he done that? Like, without, because he's not actually really competed himself, has he either?
who's this, Danaher?
Yeah, John. Yeah.
Mate, it's weird, mate. It's honestly, I almost didn't even believe it either before I went, because
You almost can't, can you?
And honestly, like, when he walks in, like, he looks like he struggles to walk. Genuinely. Like, his legs, his back. Honest to God, mate, like, when he starts doing technique, it's so fucking smooth. And, like, he's got so many little details. Like, I like doing arm bars, like, kind of from judo.
Yeah.
And he showed me like 2 or 3 details of arm bars that just like completely changed it. Like, I don't play much bottom, obviously, but after doing like 5 sessions of open guard with him, like, I had quite a lot of confidence working it on the bottom. Like, he is an absolutely ridiculous coach. Like, he was teaching Uchimata to Isha, and Isha's a judo Olympic champion.
Yeah.
And Ishi's learning off him. Like, you'd think that would never be possible. And then, like, for me, like, when I've seen Gordon do interviews in the past and he said, it's all down to John, I'm still learning now. Personally, I was like, fuck off, mate. You're like the best no-gi grappler ever. There's no way you're still learning. But he is, mate. Like, I've seen him doing stuff in that gym and John's stopping him and correcting him all the time. And it's a weird... the levels in that gym's mentally had, like I said, purple belts that will probably win the European trials. And then you've got the lads that are pros who are like fucking right up there, like Bordoni, Griffith, Big Dan, MEREGALI, and then Gordon's on another level above that as well. And
Yeah,
you've
so
got Danaher correcting him all the time. It's just fucking blows your mind.
So actually, like, the hype's fucking legit.
Gordon's unbelievable. Yeah.
You saw that fucking Helena as well, didn't you? So she was fucking like mental, how good she was.
I honestly don't think she'll lose ever again.
Yeah, that's mental, isn't it?
Because, mate, she's 16.
Yeah.
She's 16. She's already tapping high-level black belts on big shows. And she trains full-time at New Wave now. Yeah. So, like, how the fuck are you going to catch that up?
Yeah. Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? Like,
it's not catching her up either. Like, she's fucking progressing at a fast rate now.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't not in that room.
Well, if she's there, 12 times a week, times 2-hour sessions, like, it fucking adds up.
It's like I said though, it's the work that's done as well.
Yeah. There's just no junk volume. It's just fucking.
You're just learning and learning and learning and then applying it.
Yeah.
And then getting a lot of pressure put on you.
Did it ever repeat? I know you said the sessions were the same, but like, did it ever repeat? So like, let's say Monday session 1 you did arm bars. Did it come to Monday week 2, same arm bars, or was it like?
It's like every single session, morning and night, was different drills.
Right, okay.
But like one small part of it would link to something you did yesterday. That's how it felt to me. And then we didn't actually, like, there's a couple of things that we did twice.
Yeah.
I reckon if I did 3 or 4 weeks, we'd have gone back over it again.
Yeah, yeah.
But I did like that way of teaching because, like, I've always seen it as in, like, do the same thing for a long time.
Yep.
Whereas they kind of drip fucking get everything in.
Yeah,
like, in 1 week, you'll do wrestling, passing, pinning, submissions, bottom work.
Yep.
You'll cover the whole game in a week.
Yep.
And you'll cover the whole game next week, the whole game the week
Yeah,
after.
yeah.
It might be different parts of the whole game, but you are slowly drip feeding your whole game rather than one part of it.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I've thought for Carlson's. It's good.
Yeah.
It's like,
I always found that with your coaching, mate. I always looked at your coaching like that. This is how I think it in my brain. It's like the infinity symbol.
I don't know that. Do you know that?
Do you know what infinity looks like? You know when people get that tattoo of an infinity?
I mean, I've heard of it, yeah. But
do you know what I mean?
White thing.
No, that's yin and yang.
Right. Do you know what this is?
Infinity, where it just goes forever.
Yeah,
goes on forever.
Yeah.
It's literally like think of the letter 8.
Right.
So that means infinity. When it goes on its side, it means infinity.
Right.
I always found that with your coaching. You teach us something here, you come round, and it just all comes back together. That makes sense.
It's because that's your game, though, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think you just gotta like find the game and like try and perfect that game. I don't think you can teach everything.
No.
I think you gotta try and teach the whole game, all areas of it, but try and cut down all it. Like the amount of shit there is now, mate. Fucking hell. You could be like mount. If you really looked into what you could do from mount, you probably find 60 things. But you don't need that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you rather have? It's like that daft fucking Bruce Lee quote: "Don't feed the man that's done 10,000 different kicks. Feed the man that's done one kick 10,000 times." Like,
But Bruce Lee, it's like the Ben Poppleton quote.
how going?
You only need one mousetrap if it's in the right plate.
There you go. Yeah, Ben Poppleton all the fucking way.
It's all right quote, that.
So yeah, like, would you rather just have 2 or 3 things at each position, or would you fucking rather have a million different options?
2 or 3 things in each position. You can't get good at a million things in each position.
No,
you just can't. Man.
No.
Like not to a level where you could tap someone good with it.
Yeah, decent. You have any more questions about Roka?
Yeah.
Mr. Oxley.
Do they actually grapple hard and roll hard every single day?
Do you know what, mate? Like, what I found there, and I did like it as well, was they train really hard in rounds physically. So, like, after a session, physically, you're fucked. Like, I got mad tendonitis in my elbows. I think it was just from, like, intense fucking body locking and wrestling and shit. So, like, physically, they grapple really hard in the rounds. But what I really liked, though, is, like, it was never wild. Like, I'd like to bring that in our gym. You know, like, sometimes in our gym, it can get fucking wild.
Or there's people just rolling over the top of other people
Literally.
while they're in rounds.
Like,
that wouldn't happen then.
No, like, and like John did like a speech because I was there, and there's a couple of others who visited. So you must do it every time someone new pops in.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a safety, like a rules speech that you're not allowed to do, basically. So, like, and I did like it, and I do think it's fucking good. So, like, if you get a heel hook in that gym, you don't put it on. So if you get a heel hook, he says, if I've got an heel hook on you for 3 seconds, in a match, I fucking snatch your knee. Because everyone in this room knows how to finish an heel hook. So it was like, there's no point doing that here because you need your training partners. So it's like, if you get a heel hook, keep the heel hook and count to 3, and you've tapped them. When you've got that 3 seconds, that gives them 3 seconds to practice the submission escapes, like clearing the heel, fucking hiding the heel, and starting to clear the knee.
I like that. That's really good.
I liked it a lot
It is good,
because, like, it takes away. It's only happened in our gym 2 or 3 times in about 3.5 years, I think, where someone's popped the knee doing with something stupid on the legs.
Fucking Bundy. Prick.
But yeah, like they have that. They don't allow like jumping guard pulls.
Yep.
There's no fucking, you know, like the scissor where you jump on the knee. You're not allowed to do that. There's no flying triangles, no flying arm bars. So there's basically nothing's wild. So when you look around the room, everyone's grappling really hard at a fucking real hard intensity, but everything's controlled as well. I think because everyone in that room's an eye level though. So like the sparring, it's like really tough, but it's very, very good quality everywhere. Like there's no daft attacks on the feet. Like if you get a rear body lock as well, you're not allowed to like drop through the back of him. You know, like you drop on the knees.
Big pickups are there, lambs.
Yeah, so you have to pick, if you get behind someone, you have to use foot sweeps or pick the feet up off the floor.
Right.
So you're not allowed to like try and pull them back over their own knees and shit like that.
Because most of that shit anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just shit stuff that you don't need that might actually risk injury for someone. It's like he's ironed all that out. So you basically look around the room and everyone's fighting really hard.
Yeah.
But it's just so safe. Like I wasn't 1% close to getting injured in any point of any rounds. But they were some of the hardest rounds I've ever had. So it's a good way of training. It's very hard for us. Like I'm going to try and bring that in the gym. But it's very fucking hard. Like to do that speech every single session.
Yeah.
That you get a new person. Like it's very hard for a white belt to comprehend it sometimes. Like we've got some fucking Polish white belts.
Yeah.
To tell them you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't. Every session's fucking hard.
Do you remember systems and the acronym? Do you remember the systems acronym?
What's that?
Systems. Save yourself time, effort, and money. So the system there is we make a video once. You can send it to everybody.
I make a video once.
Yes.
What? Send it to members?
Yeah. Done once. And then you don't have to make the speech every single time.
I thought you were thinking like project on the
Yeah,
wall.
you could do that if you want. Just be a bit of a farce.
Turn the lights out.
See, I don't know though. It seems a bit too official though. Do you not think?
Yeah,
if you join the gym and then you'd met this coach once, and then before you know it, you got a fucking video of him talking about rules. I'd be like, fuck this.
You could, mate, just do it in your personality. Like, look, mate, I'm not fucking this and that. Just don't do this, you cunt. Don't do this, you cunt. And sit this on. See you on the mat. No time limit.
It could work.
Could work. Save your systems. By the way, if anybody's watching, systems acronym: save yourself time, effort, and money.
You made that up yourself? Or that thing?
Business, mate. Business.
Is it a real thing though?
I learnt it from one of my first mentors in California.
Oh, nice. Is this the place where you shit all over the toilet wall?
Have I ever told that story or not?
He told you that?
Yeah, fuck.
It was New York. No, it was New York.
New York. That's one of the best stories.
I don't know if I've ever told this.
Go on then. You might as well.
So this was at the peak of my morbid obesity. I thought the doctor said I was morbidly obese, but clearly not. So anyways, I've gone over to New York by myself for a business mentorship, gym owner mentorship. And so for some reason, my phone, I don't know why I've never sorted it out. I ain't sorted it out in maybe 15 years I've had it. Every time I go away on holiday, my phone doesn't work.
Well, this was happening back then.
This was happening back then. Like, so reason every time I leave, if I even go to Ireland, my phone does not work. Like, and I know it's just a simple case of turn your data roaming on, done that, don't work. I've even been to the shop, and they was like, I don't have a clue what's going wrong with it. So anyways, I'm in New York, and what I was doing was, to get me through my day, was in the hotel in the morning, I'd have a massive breakfast, so I didn't need to eat throughout the day, so I could go visit all these gyms and walk. And I also had a rule to myself that I'm not going to take a cab or the subway, I'm going to walk everywhere. So I'd have this massive breakfast, and then I'd go into New York. But to get the maps on my phone, I had to go to a Starbucks to get some Wi-Fi to find out where I'm going next. So I go to a fucking Starbucks, and I just buy a fucking flat white or whatever. So I buy a flat white, right, I've got to walk this far. So I'd go walk, find the next Starbucks, right, how far am I off, right. So I was having a couple of coffees a day, which for me isn't good, or I've already got fucking IBS.
Rucksack on and that, yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, it's a good point that. So when you're already a big boy, you're a big sweaty cunt as it is, and then you're in the heat of New York, you walk around, rucksack on, just like shitting your bag.
Imagine what he looked like.
Oh, just sweating my tits off and that. Like, so anyways, I finally make it. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go check out Soho. Soho's this like fucking. I thought I saw Justin Bieber there. Like, it was just like posh and all this nice shit. And
It's a gay area, isn't it?
well, yeah. So my
Is
ass.
it there as well?
What's that?
Soho, is that a gay area there as well? Because it is in London, isn't it?
I don't actually. I don't know. I didn't suck any dick while I was there. So.
Soho in London is.
Well,
Yeah.
there it was just like really fancy. Like, so all the fancy shops are, or like it's really artistic. Like, there's this one street where you can see the whole of New York, where everyone takes a photo, and there's a bridge and whatever. Anyways, it gets to the night, and I go see the Twin Towers thing as well. I had a little cry. I was like, "Fuck me!" I fucking got real emotional. I don't know
It's
why.
when you were just full of estrogen.
Yeah, I must have been.
I ain't laughing at 6 hours, but
Yeah.
just to think of you,
Cry.
rucksack full of shit.
Head,
Well,
head
then-
to toe in estrogen.
Yeah, well, that was it. Well, anyways, it was 10 o'clock. I was all the way down at the. So Twin Towers is kind of like right near the bottom. I was like, fuck, this is going to take me forever to get back to the train station because I was actually staying in New Jersey. Anyways, I'm walking back and I felt like Mike Tyson delivered the best body shot ever. Honestly, it was like someone hit me so hard. I was like, oh my fucking God, I'm going to shit myself. So I'm like panicking. Like, I'm even like walking, like holding the wall, like walking down these streets because every street in America is pretty much just straight lines. It's all straight lines. So I'm like, and then there's this shop getting fitted. And this shop getting fitted, I was like, the construction worker, I was like, mate, can I please just use toilet? He's like, nah, mate, it's like private. Well, obviously not in this accent. It's like private property. You can't. I was like, please, I'm going to fucking shit. He's like, nope. Fuck. So I'm fucking walking, sweating, everything. Look at, I just see this security guard. So I've turned left and there's a security guard. So if you're in New York, you can actually go to the place. It's Lululemon or Lululemon, the yoga shop / whatever studio. Said to this bouncer, I was like, mate, can I please use the toilet? He was like, yeah, up your stairs left. So I've gone up these stairs, like fucking sprinting, ran in, gone on the first cubicle door, it wasn't working. I was like, oh fuck, somebody's in it. So I've gone in the next one. It's like a cubicle, gone in, and it's a fucking urinal. I was like, oh fuck this.
A urinal in the cubicle.
Yeah, it was a urinal in the cubicle. I've just whipped my kegs down, and honestly, mate, it was like someone threw a corn out the wall.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, honestly, it's like someone has just got like a packet of corn and just gone boom all over the wall. I was just like, fuck's sake, just so pissed off myself. I was like, turned around, it's all up the wall, the floor, everything. But I'm stood in there like, and there's no toilet roll, obviously, because it's a urinal.
There's no toilet
No,
roll
no
at
toilet
all.
roll. No toilet roll, because it's a urinal. So I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, fuck. What am I going to do? I'm listening for the guy in the cubicle next door to fuck off. So I heard him flush the toilet, wash his hands. So I've pulled my kegs. Well, like kind of pull my kegs up. I've walked through into the toilet. I've looked at the floor. I've fucking stood in my own shit. So I've left a footprint like Scooby Doo. So anyways, I've gone in the fucking toilet, finished having a shit, wiped my ass. Noticed there was shit on my pants. I was like, oh, for fuck's sakes. So I've had to get rid of my kegs and put them behind a fucking, like the toilet, I think. I was just like, oh, that was like one of the lowest points in my life. I was like, oh, fuck, you need to sort your shit out, literally. Like, yeah. Me and Dom was actually having the same conversation yesterday about it. And he's like, you know what you haven't even thought about? Like, somebody has to clean that up. Oh, shit, that's one bit I've missed. So I'm in the toilet cleaning myself up. I've had somebody come in, and it was just this like gay Asian guy. He's opened the door and all it is, oh damn! as he's opened the urinal, he's going, oh damn! Like, and I'm like, fuck. Anyway, so I walked out this toilet, washed my hands. I'd have seen him. Like, I hope he didn't clocked it was me, because if you just saw the shitty footprint. So yeah, anyway, I had to get rid of my kegs and fucking and then just got back to the hotel and I was like, for fuck's sake.
That
So,
is
yeah.
a fucking phenomenal.
How did you
story.
feel about yourself on the way back?
That was the turning point, mate. I think that was when I was at my heaviest. I think I was about 135 kilos. Just like, you need to. Do you know what? Like,
No way.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I was also with a bird for like 10 years, and I was so obsessed with business. She was like, oh, "Why don't we go to New York together?" Like, no, I'm going by myself. I'm there for business. And you're like, I look back and I'm like, what a fucking idiot.
Next thing you know, you're shatting in a urinal.
That's me, yeah, shitting in a urinal by yourself. So
Fuck
yeah.
me, man.
So yeah. So if I was you, make sure you go for a toilet when you walk around New York.
So you've just gone there full of dreams and fucking
Come
bright
back full of
lights.
tears.
Fucking ridiculous.
Come back with nightmares.
I'm going on my own. This is business only.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Next thing, you're shitting everywhere.
Fucked, yeah. Honestly, do you know what? Like, as wrong as it sounds, I wish there was like a GoPro or just like a fucking, just like you could see the aftermath. It was just a joke.
When he first told me that story, we were actually going to watch you in Southampton, and we was walking across this like fucking precinct, and I was on the floor when he first told me.
See, like, just to confirm as well,
I was fucking dying.
Like, my story's never changed, has it? There's never been a change in that story at all.
No,
like,
no.
Like, I am telling the 100% truth. Like, yeah, it was fucked.
It's terrible. That.
It's fucked, yeah. It's no bueno. No bueno.
Oh, it's brilliant. Thank God it happened though.
Yeah.
For
Well,
me,
yeah,
not you.
Yeah, it's a good story. Good story. When I was having this conversation with Dom yesterday, I was like, imagine if they're like, I think I had like 2 days left in New York, but imagine if they put my photo on like CCTV or something.
Wanted.
Yeah, wanted for fucking, what's it called? It's like a dirty protest or something, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's called dirty protest.
What, just shitting everywhere?
Yeah. Yeah.
To think of like being that desperate, opening the door, and it's a urinal.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what are the
Still
chances?
thinking, fuck.
But what I want to know is how my bumhole, like it was like all I can explain is like, you know, like when you throw liquid, the liquid starts here and then it hits down, doesn't it? Like the bumhole should just shoot. I don't know if I've turned and it's like, just like,
Not like a Catherine wheel.
yeah.
Must have been a lot of force.
Oh, there was, mate. Yeah, honestly, like yeah, having IBS as well. Just like my guts are killing and just dying and just.
Do you reckon it would have knocked someone over if it hit him?
The IBS is an issue for you.
Yeah. It is. Do you know what? So while you was away, actually, I was having some IBS episodes. I ain't told you about it, I don't think. So when some reason, every time I was getting like red zone in some rounds, I was on the brink of just shitting myself. Like,
What's caused that?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I genuinely, I've been looking at my nutrition, like, and the only thing I put down to is maybe like protein bars, because protein bars are quite laxative-ish if you have more than 1 or 2, really.
Well, you've been loading up on them a bit.
I just have like 2 before training, yeah. Honestly, I was in the middle of a round with Vox, and I was thinking, fuck, like, I could go brown on the mat here. Code brown.
You actually screamed that, didn't you? Scream code brown. With the time out symbol.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah. Yeah, IBS is no good. No good at all.
No, it's fucking curse, really, isn't
It
it?
is a case, mate, yeah, you're right.
It's like, it must dictate what you do with your day. Like, if I can't eat this because I'll need a shit then.
Yeah.
And that's, I can't eat, you know.
Literally, right, yeah. It's like, if you're going out, like, for a social, like, you're going to a festival or anything like that, it's like, make sure you clear it out or don't eat. You know what I mean?
You've got a bit of a record, though, haven't you? Of like shitting on walls and that. It's not the one. You're not only the
No,
once.
it's not.
Is it?
Nah, there was this bad habit one time when I used to walk home from college. There was that one. So there was this. So when I went to White College, first off, when I went to White College, nobody really spoke to me anyways because I used to have a rat tail, and they all thought I was a gypsy. I've still got photos of my rat tail. So yeah, I didn't really speak to many people at college anyways, kind of just like old school friends and all that stuff. But it was like a Wednesday. I used to have like 10 till 4 o'clock off or something like real mad like that. Anyways, I had this one disabled toilet at White College what no one knew about. It was amazing. I used to just go to this toilet, clean myself out, and I'd go to my lessons. So
Mate, you keep saying no one knows what. There's no way.
honestly,
You're the only person in that whole building that knew about that fucking
Well,
toilet.
nobody knew about it. Who I knew. So
How do you know though?
because nobody like you just like
No
people.
one knew you.
Do you know what's funny? People used to go, "Where are you on your first break?"
You was in the
I
toilet.
was in the toilet. just
Fucking
I used to
hell.
go for a naked shit in there. It was
Fuck
class.
me. What do you mean?
Naked?
Yeah, it was class in there. Had a shower and everything. It was fucking great. Anyways, every Wednesday, I don't know why it happened. Every Wednesday, though, I'd go to the toilet, clean yourself out, and then walk home. And the walk home was maybe an hour. And it was just some reason, every time I got to this one point on the walk home, I couldn't hold it in. So I just go shit in this guy's back garden.
Honestly, that's
Behind a
a
tree.
fucking joke.
Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah.
What do you
Is
mean?
it his property?
It was his back garden, yeah.
Right.
Just no offence.
How often was this happening?
Met every week.
Surely he's noticed this and he could have caught you one day.
Could have caught me one day, yeah. Like people walk by and that. Like do you know what? Actually, right? I'll tell you where it is. Oh, you've just moved.
Yeah.
So you might not call it a snicket, but so your house is here, aren't they?
The new house.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know there's that pathway. Have you seen that pathway yet?
So,
So
if I'm coming out of the estate,
your house is here. Your house is here, innit? Do you know where that Greg's is?
Greg's.
There's a Greg. Yeah, mate, you might not know yet. There's a snicket down there. It's down there.
Did you physically go in his garden though, or was it just outside of his garden or what?
It was just because it was like a 10-foot or gully, whatever people call it. It just had no fence, and he had this like tree. So I just got
And what made you pick that tree?
because it was the most privacy.
Imagine that as your
It's a
garden.
nasty surprise, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine you caught him in the act at the bottom of your
Oh,
garden.
mate.
There's a 135 kilo college man with a
No, I was
rat
about 90 kilos.
He
At college.
leaves a pool of sweat when he leaves.
I had a sweat problem then. Yeah.
shit all over my tree.
I remember. Do you ever have that? I never did it, but there's that dry claw. Like that was like. Do you ever know what
What's that?
dry claw? It like closes your pores so you don't sweat.
What was it, a spray or something?
I never used it. But yeah, my brother used to use it. So anyway, should we go
What's
to the
that
Q?
called?
I think it's called dry claw. I think so.
You heard of it?
No.
Anyway, should we go into the Q&A?
Oh, great, yeah.
I'll start with the questions you got. There's a great first question. Does the size of Jay's head make it easier or harder to snap down?
It's a good question, actually. But
Hmm.
it's a bit of good and bad, isn't it, your canister?
Well, you got a big head.
He's saying, does the size of Jay's head make him easier or harder to snap down?
Is he
I'm
getting
assuming-
at the fact he thinks you've got a big
Yeah,
head?
I think so, yeah.
It's a bit of both, I think. I think once it's snapped down, it's not slipping out.
Yeah, I got the mullet as well, friction.
But there's been times when I've snapped it down, you don't really have a neck, do you?
No.
So there's not much to grab. But if you get it locked in, it's not coming out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Probably not answered the question, that. But
What do you think,
You
Ox?
snapped him down a few times.
You have snap, yeah? You do that little
Every
fucking...
now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only if his head's a set. It's actually quite hard, to be fair. Yeah, you got a strong neck. We don't have a neck.
Train your neck every day, mate.
Strong body.
Just train your neck every day.
He's not just going to get it. Just set it up with something.
Fuck off, Eric, with your
Kick in
question.
the
Anyways.
bollocks.
What does a day in the life of training look like for you?
This me, is it?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's you, yeah.
Nobody cares about our training.
No,
Fucking hell.
mate, no.
7 a.m. grapple. So we'll start jumping in with you lads at 7 a.m. 8 a.m. teach. Monday, Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. lift. Evening spar. Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Saturday spar. That's it.
Decent, straightforward. I mean, obviously you lift weights Monday, Wednesday as well, don't you?
I do Monday, Wednesday at Attos, and then I go do Friday on my own now.
Friday
So I do
just
3 a week. Friday's just fucking
Arnold
beach
Schwarzenegger
session.
day.
Yeah,
Meathead.
I like finishing the week with that. Recovery, mentally.
Yeah. It's good for you.
Everything.
It is good for you. Look good, feel good.
Do you not work with a mental coach as well? For this?
I don't have a mental coach, man. I just, I think the people in the gym, there's that many different people in there who are fucking mental. I just treat them,
Yeah.
just feed off that.
I think, yeah,
the
they
day
make you feel
with-
better about yourself, don't you? You meet some of
Yeah.
them fucking idiots. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? I feel shit sometimes, but yeah, I'm not as bad as that.
It's not that bad.
Spend
yeah.
a day with them. It's just reassuring. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It makes you feel like you're doing good things.
Yeah.
We have one here. Any MMA fights booked?
No, like, I was doing a lot of MMA in gym and that, but a couple of things basically. I got offered decent matches in grappling, Polaris, Quintet, which required me to grapple all the time because you just can't compete against the people I'm going to be against on Quintet and Polaris if you're splitting the two between grappling and MMA. And then just, I don't know if I ever will now, mate. Like, to be honest, I'm like 32 years old.
Yep.
I've got a gym. I've like trained full time for a long time. Like I train a lot now, but I wouldn't class it as full time training.
Yep.
Well, I've trained full time for a long time. I'm now running a gym and training as much as I can alongside it. I've got a fucking kid.
Yep.
Like, it's definitely not the time now for me to like sacrifice what you have to sacrifice as an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
I think as a grappler, I can get away with loads of shit as a grappler. I can just grapple in my gym. train really well in my gym, enjoy it. I'm always learning, but like not in the way that I was learning in MMA. Like there's so much more to learn in MMA.
Yeah.
But then I can go into a grappling match, lose, not take damage, still take my lad out the day after.
Yeah.
It's just a completely different ball game that at 32, and you've got to sacrifice so much more. I'm just genuinely, like, honestly, probably not prepared to sacrifice it. Right
You're
now.
chasing two rabbits as well, aren't you? You're chasing fucking grappling and MMA, and then you're trying to run a business, then you got your bane, and you got your misses. It's like fucking.
Well, you're in a position, aren't you, where you can make some pretty good money off what you do already. Why do you need to get punched and kicked in the face when you don't have to? And it'd only be through desperately wanting to do it, and if you don't, then why the fuck would you?
Like I
You want
love
to fucking smack 'em,
competition, and I do love like a massive challenge, but it's genuinely like for me, I just think it's the lifestyle change that I'm not prepared to actually fully do. And I know for a fact if you're not prepared to fully do it, then I know it now from coaching. Like when people say to me, "I want to do this, I want to do that," but they're not fully prepared to live the lifestyle. I just want to tell them to fuck off and not bother.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do it myself, but do it half-hearted in the game. Or if you do it half-hearted, you're definitely going to get found out.
Yeah. You can't. You got to take it serious, yeah. Especially with that shit. Like, yeah.
Mate, it's one of them sports as well. It's like you see people make money. There's 90% of the fuckers who are very, very good.
Yep.
Who are not making money.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
So like, there's not loads of money in grappling, but I'm doing all right off the gym. I'm doing all right off grappling, instructionals and that. It's like, who's saying if you cross over to MMA you're gonna make money? You might not.
I'm going to sound like a soft cunt here as well, but you are also making a difference in grappling as well, like across the UK. Like that just from a data point of view, the amount of people that come to camps, the amount of people that come visit the gym, the amount of people that fucking walk up to you in the street and go and kind of have a fucking photo with you. You know what I mean? Like you have made a difference in grappling.
I just like what I'm doing now, and it's like I genuinely enjoy getting up in the morning.
Yeah,
so,
and that's all that fucking matters. Yeah.
I enjoy getting up to do what I'm doing.
So
every morning.
you're telling me that you don't drive to work looking at lampposts like you could drive your car through? I thought that was normal.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was normal. That you drive to work thinking, God, if a car hit me right now, I don't have to go to work.
It's not been like that for a while.
Oh, that's all right then. Next question. There's two about Nicky Rod. Do you think you... Yeah.
You always get these with Nicky Rod.
Yeah.
I hate these questions.
Yeah.
What is
one of them is, do you think you could beat Nicky Rod in ADCC rules? And the other one is, do you think Nicky Rod can beat Gordon Ryan this time if there's a rematch?
Like, honestly, like, I don't... So there are hard questions to answer. Like, Nicky Rod, like, I've never even trained with it.
Yeah.
Like, I've genuinely no idea how good the bloke is.
Yeah.
Like, from watching watching some of his matches, like, I'm not... There's nothing in there that says he's unbelievable. But I don't...
Anything can happen on the night as well, innit?
Yeah. Like,
Anything can happen on the night.
So could I? Yeah. Would I? I don't know.
Yeah.
He's never beaten Gordon Ryan in a month for Sundays.
Yep. Fair enough.
It's just a different level.
Fair enough. Here we go. Here's a real question. Bro, tell us the best sex advice for lasting longer.
That's not a real question.
It's by, I won't say his full name, but we'll call him Ali.
Why did you ask me that?
Maybe this is for me.
It might be for you.
Just get death grip syndrome, mate. You can't jizz.
Yeah. We'll go into that.
Yeah, we should go into that. So, bro, tell us the best sex advice for lasting longer. Well, wank 3 to 5 times per day with a really hard grip. You'll then eventually develop something called death grip syndrome so that you can't even feel your penis in a vagina.
Fuck me.
And I promise you will last very long. But then what you'll also do is break a lot of hearts because girls will go, "Is it me? Do you not find me attractive?" You're like,
"No, from experience."
No. Honestly, I've just got this weird thing on my dick.
Is something you experienced?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's not very good. Yeah. For lasting longer, if you're gonna jizz, just pull out and just go back to eating the punani.
I'm not really the man to ask. Like, I'm not saying I'm a 45-minute shag of me. I'm like,
could you be asked?
Probably a good 15 minutes.
Yeah, could you be asked?
No, I couldn't. To be fair.
Yeah, just pull it off before.
No,
a
it's
bit of a Trojan in you.
Yeah, I've got about 30 seconds in me, I reckon.
Yeah.
The thing is, what Ox don't tell you is you could single leg X his cock. It's that big.
Me and Aaron.
Yeah, literally. Right. When can we expect it on Spotify straight away? Yeah, my goal is to literally, when these two cunts leave my house, get it edited straight away and get it on. Watch this space. That's my accountability.
Before, Owen?
Hey,
Yeah, a
Hey.
few times.
I'll get it done.
But that's when he had that addiction, that.
Yeah.
So he's foreskin.
What, to lamppost or his foreskin?
His foreskin, yeah.
Don't go for a drive after this, will we?
No, here's a good one for you. How to maximize time on the mat when only training 3 times a week due to family/work. I think this one's good one for you as well, Ox. Like, you work a job, you do have a family. I know you don't have kids, but you've got the dog.
Yeah, we got the dog, yeah.
I just think it's like, if you're not training that much, try and like, I think like you obviously you depend on your coach, but I don't think you can depend everything on your coach. If you're training a few times a week, I think you got to take some time to yourself to like think about the game that you want to play. So then when you go on the mat, it's like you can do the session that the coach puts on, but when you're sparring, you're trying to hunt and practice specific things. I think if you're in the gym 3 times a week and you follow the coach's session, and then when you spar, you just spar open-minded, I don't think you're focusing on specific things enough to actually develop it into a proper skill. I just think if you could go on a session, like guessing you've got a good coach, you could do the normal drills, and when you spar, try and have areas of the game that you're focusing on.
Yeah.
So you're giving that area a little bit more time.
That's some of the best advice you ever gave
develop.
me, was going to a session with an idea, or like, right, today, just try to take the back. And then you go to a session, it's like, fuck, you just look for the back everywhere.
It's just I think it's very easy to just go into sparring and think, oh, I'll just go hard.
Yeah, it's like a shotgun approach,
And
innit?
it's good that, like, to practicing going at a high pace and maintaining a high pace, a skill in itself. But I think you've got to like look at, right, this session I'm going to try and get behind someone as many times as I can, or this session I'm going to go for this submission as many times as I can, or try and get to mount, or I'm going to practice me passing, or
Yeah.
I'm going to let him tap me down, so I'm going to try and wrestle up as many times as I can. And just try and play little games with yourself to develop specific areas rather than just going in blind and training hard.
No, I think it's really good.
Was there a question about balancing lifestyle as well in there?
It says how to maximize time on the mat when you're only training 3 times a week due to family and work.
Find a missus who fucking hates you that much. Who doesn't want to see you. Just train all the time.
Yeah, there is that.
And you can do more than 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I respect it.
I should have said that instead. That's better than mine.
Yeah, respect that. Kind of already covered this, but experience at New Wave, any stories about your roles or techs and Austin in general?
Yeah, just like the bits that we've already gone over, wasn't it? Like the technique was fucking phenomenal from John. I did 20 sessions there in total. Got absolutely fucking loads out of it for myself and as a coach. The rounds were fucking phenomenal. I got to roll with all the top lads. They were all really nice lads as well, really welcoming. Trained really fucking hard. Helped you out after the rounds as well if you needed anything. I think something they all do quite well there as well is when they finish training, they don't all just get up and fuck off. A couple of people will bring up little problems they had during the rounds, and someone like Gordon will just go through technique. Like I watched fucking GSP ask Gordon about an arm triangle because he was struggling to finish an arm triangle, which is mental because like it's fucking GSP. He's asking for details on an arm triangle. So then I got to see how Gordon does his arm triangle, and I've already started using that now.
Was it much different to how you do it right now?
It's similar, but he just doesn't come off mount.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it's very true, and I've realised that when I'm there. You come off mount for an arm triangle, you don't get it there.
Yeah.
Because they're that good at escaping away from you.
Yep.
That it don't work.
I've seen, I mean, I know it's not the same thing, but I've seen Craig Jones, he used to give the quarter guard sometimes to fucking do it. Because they're latching onto you or some shit.
Basically, like, if you're in that room and you have mount and you lock an arm triangle and you get off to side control, you don't finish.
Oh, really?
So he just finishes it from mount.
Mate, well, you did it on me the other night, I know, Dad.
They're so good with escapes, though,
Yeah.
that genuinely, if you get a top position, you get a solid position, you put your submission in. If there's a detail missing, you're not finished.
Ah, shit, fair.
So yeah, like that's a real good thing that they did was, and anybody as well, you know, like I've seen like absolute random visitors, blue belts or purple belts, would go up and ask Gordon a question, and he'd fucking talk him through it for 15 minutes.
That's sick. That is sick.
So
That's like, you know, I think we've had this conversation before, but like the mad thing about grappling is like we was on about the other day, weren't we, when fucking Carlson was at Greco. Like he's like a Pele of grappling, but you wouldn't see fucking Pele at Greco.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Like, Gordon Ryan is messy.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Gordon Ryan is messy of grappling, but you've got blue belts, purple belts being up there to ask him a question, whereas fucking Dave, who plays Sunday League, will never meet Cristiano Ronaldo.
His knowledge is insane, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, he was just lying on the floor. Just lying, though. And anyone in that fucking session could come up and ask him a question about anything. Any position. Like, he ain't planning it. He's fucking lying there, sweating after training. And you've got, like, top level people coming up asking him a question. And some of the fucking positions and questions they were asking was like, fucking hell. Mate, he just talk him through it from where he was.
That's sick.
And they'd work it out there and then.
That's
like,
fucking sick.
So you'd basically train with John, get some really good rounds, and then you'd sit and watch Gordon fucking teach people for 20 minutes.
I mean, so like I think the frustrating thing sometimes is people who do have knowledge, they sometimes like don't reply, like, well, they kind of reply condescending because it's like, oh, it's like always you're like enthusiastic about it.
Oh, he was super enthusiastic.
Oh, never.
Like, people that do that who are not enthusiastic, I just think are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
It's like, you weren't born with knowledge, mate.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
everything you've got in your head is off someone else.
Yep.
So, like, that's what we were on about before when people are acting like they've got secrets. They've got that off someone else. It's not. There's no secrets. Like,
no.
I think if you've got knowledge, someone's give you that. So, like,
seen
someone else just fucking pass it on.
I seen a quote the other day. It's like everything that is new was old once. Everything does just repeat, doesn't it? It just repeats. Like, look at, like, I mean, no, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you a boring thing about therapy, but I won't.
It's like a lot of the stuff they did that shocked me was how simple it was.
Yeah, mate, yeah.
So, like, some of the stuff we've been doing at gym now, none of it's complicated.
No,
like,
mate,
what they're really good at is tying it all together, because everything they do comes off a different reaction that you might give me.
Yep.
And they tie it all together, and what they're really fucking good at is they're that well drilled.
Yeah.
That whatever reaction you're giving, they're reacting to that within a split second.
Dude, I'm going to be boring. I was reading about this yesterday it must be something like you got your lizard brain at the back and you got your thinking brain at the front. Them cunts at that place must just have everything in the back because they're just reacting on It's like you, when you see a foot, you foot sweep it. You just you aren't thinking about my foot. You see my foot and you hit my foot all the time.
Like, it wasn't mind blowing to me because it was like this is why I genuinely believe everything I brought back will work really well in our gym, because the way they do their jiu-jitsu is the way I do my stand-up.
Yeah.
It's genuinely the same. Like, the way, like, they use direction, the way they use action, reaction, like, literally everything we do in the gym for stand-up and how it's actually been taught, how stand-up's been taught in the gym for, like, 3 years.
Yep.
My style of teaching will not have to change now at all. It's just like they use that, but on the floor.
Why do you say like so after everything now when you coach?
Yeah, but it's like it blew my mind how simple it all was.
Yeah.
It's just the clever bit is how they tie it all together.
Mate, that's the best thing though, innit? You know, when you go learn anything, you go there. Sometimes when you go learn something, like they've just spoke about the basics, but the basics will always be complex, won't they? Always, in like
under fatigue, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I wanted to ask about some of the rounds that you had as well, like when they got competitive. So say you were having like a round with like the likes like Bordoni, MEREGALI or whatever, and you started maybe having some positional success, like, because they're all competitors, so they go after you even fucking harder then, or do they just let you have stuff and then work out of it? Do you know what I mean? Like, how does that work? Because like if somebody gets something on you, you'll just fucking try to smash them even harder, won't you? Like,
yeah, like it's very hard, right? It sounds weird. It's very hard to put put any of them pros, like the top lads, though, in a position where they can't move.
Do you know what I
Sure.
find? Do you know what I find mental?
I don't think with any of the pros.
Did you have successes in terms of like you must have done some success?
My successes against some of the pros though were a few takedowns, a few passes, gaining good positions, but not keeping them for ages.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I submitted any of the pros.
Would they make you pay for it if you passed them or something? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm asking. Like,
The thing is, mate, you'd pass them. It's like they do that. They call it scrimmaging.
yeah,
Like, you think you've passed them and they'll do something and come up on a double leg. It's all continuous. It's like 4 minutes of rolling with them is fucking exhausting because it's like you just feel like you're constantly wrestling. There's not many positional pauses in it at all.
so you get side control. Ordinarily, you're settling into side control. You're going to work. It's nothing like that.
No.
Like they're just
Like you for you to keep side control is a fucking job. Like the only time I could keep side control is if I got a crossface and a tight waist.
That's what I found
Yeah.
so mental. Like I rolled you, fucking 2 or 3 hours ago, and I felt like a fucking child. And it's like, you're like that, but you're telling me they're like this.
Mate,
It's
they're
like,
ridiculous.
It's fucking mental, innit?
yeah. It's like
It's mental.
to
innit?
me, it's actually quite mind blowing. To be fair, like how you can get that good at that.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're like, they've literally got everything. They can wrestle phenomenally,
Yeah.
which shocked me a lot. Like I didn't think they'd be that good on the feet, and they really are.
Yeah.
The passing's ridiculous. The positional pinning's mental. Like
Yep.
if they get mount or back on you, you're absolutely fucked.
What you might as well forget it if they go on your back.
Mate, if they get on your back, it's ridiculous. Like genuinely, like they get body triangle, and like I know the straight jacket system, as people call it. I know what they're fucking doing. And
What's
they're
that?
still wrapping me
The
up.
hands and then fucking wrap the foot. in
Well,
it.
so do they go? Well, they got cross grip, don't they? And trap an arm.
And I know what they're doing. I can, like he's got a cross grip on my wrist, and I know exactly what he's doing, and they're still getting it. Like they're so good on the back and mount. And then if you put them on the bottom, it's like you can never, like, it's like what we did the other morning. Like from every position, they have something to off balance you.
Yeah.
So there's never like everyone I've fought genuinely in Europe. It's like you put them on the back, and you can just get a position, even if you're in headquarters, and you're pretty stable there, and you can build pressure, and you're almost resting at the same time as you're making them work. You put them lot on the bottom, and they are fucking unbelievable at just off balancing you 1%. So you have to regain balance. And when you regain balance, they're coming up underneath it.
In a deep half.
Mate, there's a few playing deep half, yeah. But then the pros as well are like outrageously conditioned as well.
Yeah.
Like they're very big. Like I don't think people realise how, like they're super, super technical. Like by far the most technical people I've ever rolled with. But I don't think people realise how big and athletic they are as well. Like you're talking like Bodoni's the smallest and he's about 96 kilo, 98 kilo and 6'1". Like fucking the others are like
I can't believe the size of that
6'4".
Abraham. Is it Abraham?
Abraham, yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe the size of him.
He's fucking jacked. Like they're full timers, man.
Yeah.
Like they're just professional athletes. Like
What was Austin like, anyways? Was Austin any good? Did you get much of
it was
that?
alright. Like we went around a bit. Like Monday to Friday though, you can't.
Yeah, you just
You
felt.
just train because you genuinely like the way the times are as well. You do 8:45 till about 10:45. By the time you get back, it's about 11:30.
Yeah.
You have a shower, eat, have a nap for an hour, and then you're going back for 3:45.
NOFAP.
So, I can't really do no. So Monday to Friday was just like train.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd go to like a local gym 3 times a week and
Yeah.
lift. And then Saturday, Sunday, what did we do the first Saturday? We went for a Texas barbecue, like that's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which
fair.
was nice, but it gave me the shits bad.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah. They call it brisket.
Yeah.
It's fucking nice food, like to be fair.
We do get brisket in the UK, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like the thing, that though.
I'm joking, yeah.
Thursday after was who's number one.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Saturday after that, we kind of fucked it, mate. Like, I was living with this lad called Fred, and we, like, planned to do a bit of sightseeing on the Saturday. And it's just a fucking shambles, mate. Like,
I can't imagine you being very enthusiastic.
no, I
about it,
wasn't either.
No.
So like, I've got it car, and Fred's a fucking great lad, and like, he was really into the tourism, and I had the car, so he was like, we'll go to the capital, and I'm like, oh, right, what's that? He's like, it's basically like, to me, it looked like a fucking town hall.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've pulled up there in the car, and I can see it, but like, there's no fucking car park. I can see this building, it's just a fucking building. And he's like, yeah, it's there, the capital. I was like, mate, there's no car park here, so like, if you want to
Take your photo, fuck off.
if you want a picture, just get it now, because I'm not
Yeah.
stopping here like for that. So I've left.
No pay and display about.
No, I didn't see you on there. I didn't look that long, to be
Mate,
fair.
when we went to Poland, we was like, we'll go get some food. I was like, yeah, I'll have a look on my phone. So I found this place on the phone. It's like, oh, we'll just walk.
There we go.
We ended up walking onto the motorway.
It's day before the trials.
Yeah, did full shots. Ended up walking
He's
on
done
the
it on purpose.
It's a joke.
They ended up walking on the fucking motorway. But it was good food. It was alright food, wasn't it?
We went to 6th Street, so this is
Oh,
a
right.
bit mad. This we went to 6th Street. It's where Joe Rogan's comedy thing is.
Oh, okay.
So I've seen that. I walked past that comedy. It's Mothership or something like that.
Right.
I
Yeah, it's his
walked
new
past
thing,
that.
and is that like his new comedy club? Is
Yeah, I think
Was
Is
it
that
all
yeah.
aliens or not?
Yeah, it's like the outside of it looks like a fucking planet or something.
Oh, sick.
But it's always the same, mate. Everywhere I went with judo was the same, right? You get told about this road, and you get there, and it's rough as arsehole.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I got there, it's like Joe Rogan's comedy thing's outside, but it just looks like a corner shop
Yeah.
from outside. And then you walk down, and it's just homeless people everywhere, crackheads everywhere, just like,
really? I didn't think it would be like
oh,
that.
mate, rough as fuck, like.
Should have invited him.
Just asleep on the street, crackheads. Like, you're
Class.
stepping over them. Apparently, there's a 6th Street killer that's
Never.
currently active
Never.
on that street. He's killing people on nights out, throwing them in the river. He's 9 deep and not been caught yet, apparently.
Fucking hell, mate. Wait till he gets outside Ashigarami fucking
yeah.
boobs.
So we went there, walked up and down. I was like, Fred, this is fucking terrible. Just got back in car.
There's a serial killer on the loose. Let's get the fuck
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lastly, we went to Spartan Springs Pool, it's called, which could have been really good.
Yeah.
Could have been, had potential. It's like a freshwater
Ah, fair.
outdoor pool where people go and fucking drink and party and swim and all this, which is really busy. Me and Fred didn't really know where it was, so we've parked up. It took us like fucking genuinely like 45 minutes to walk there. It's 46 degrees Texas as well, so I was just pissing with sweat. Got there, fucking sat down. It was really nice, this Fred, but I'm not even got any fucking swimming shorts, mate, so let's get back to the car. And that was it.
If that's accurate, what you've just told us about that day, that sounds absolutely shit.
It was terrible. Like, it was about 1 p.m. to about 6 p.m. And I just remember we got back in car and I said to him that was a fucking big waste of time. Like,
What did he say? He's like, oh, I like.
No, he agreed.
Ah, fair. That's
Yeah,
good.
it was shit. I think he was pretty dehydrated. Like, because the thing is, it was Fred's idea.
Yeah.
So we must have got about 30 minutes into that 45-minute walk and he was flapping. You could see him, the top was off, he's sweating, he's panting. And he was like, bit long this walk, innit? And I just said to him, yeah, mate, we're here because
I don't think I've ever seen you do a 45-minute walk.
We've come this far, so
We're doing it.
you better fucking dig in,
Yeah.
innit?
What sort of state were you in?
I was sweating, mate. I had my t-shirt over.
How hot was it there? Like,
46 degrees. Like, the hottest place I've ever been. It's like a fucking desert. It was dead hot. So
Fucking
I had
hell.
the t-shirt over the head because the head would have burned. Pissing with sweat, no water.
I was told it was like a real, like, modern, interesting city. Like, it was like, it's not as like flashy as New York or anything. Or...
Oh, mate, like,
No pooing urinals.
if 6th Street is the main street, like, honestly, mate, it was rough. And then, like, when we went to Who's Number One on the Thursday, that was in the centre. And the centre, to me, just looked like loads of offices. Like, there wasn't much going on at all.
No atmosphere, just like an office. Sort of
Honestly,
block,
just
yeah.
loads of buildings, like, massively separate. Like, it looked like if you worked in one office and you wanted to go to the other, it'd take you fucking 15 minutes walk there.
It's the thing, innit? Everything's so big, innit? There,
Mm.
it's mental. That, innit?
Food's unreal though, in America. Like, we went to this Lebanese place, like an Lebanese family, and they just freshly make it in front of you and put it in the stands for a buffet.
Oh, sick.
Fucking hell, mate. Like,
Yeah.
the food in America is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Portion sizes.
I can see why there's a fucking obesity crisis, can't you?
You'd be fucking, if you were there again, you'd be walking around sweating, shitting all over the walls.
I reckon 180. I reckon 180 kilos.
No way.
That'd be brilliant.
It would be.
What are you, 5'3"?
When the sun
not,
shines on me in a certain day, 5'11". Depends what shoes I'm wearing. Anyways, next question. How do you balance being a professional grappler with your personal life? I'll answer this one from me. You don't have a fucking personal life. You're a loser.
I don't think I'm a professional grappler.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, I'm not. I'm just a coach, literally, who trains in the gym. And I had no plans of doing ADCC Worlds. Like, we went to trials and I didn't even know the rules. We just went for a laugh and for some matches. Ended up doing pretty well. Polaris is a professional show, but like, I don't class myself as a professional. I just coach, train with everyone.
Well, it's pretty mental, mate,
Yeah.
considering you got to ADCC just battering purples, blues, and white belts.
Yeah, like I think my background has a lot to do with it.
No, of course.
Like, I've always trained and that. Now I'm just like enjoying keeping learning in this. Like, I was on about it to Julie the other day. I'm not going to compete for loads more. Like, I've got to a point now where I actually do seriously enjoy being a coach.
Yeah.
Like,
That's good.
I actually can enjoy coaching now. Genuinely a lot. Like, I'm more excited about coaching day to day now than what I am about comps that I've got coming up. Like,
Yeah.
Genuinely, like, I'd rather coach someone now and travel. Like, what I want to do in the future is have a good team of either grapplers or fighters.
There is a question like this. What does your life look like after competing for you? So you might want to add that in there.
My ideal would be to have a good team of either grapplers or fighters or both. Coach them full time and just fucking travel around with them.
Yeah.
Like, my coach, Luke Preston, used to with me at Camberley. He just coaches every morning, every night. And when we competed abroad, he'd just fucking come with us.
Sick.
He'd sit in the chair for us, coach us. We'd have a beer that night, and then we'd come back, we'd get back on it again, and we just repeat that. Like, I'm genuinely ready to do that, mate.
Yeah.
I've got a few years left competing just because I'm in shape to compete. I'm training anyway. But there's like a few things that are pissing me off. Like, I keep getting fucking staph infections all the time.
Yeah.
I'm on antibiotics every fucking 6 weeks. I don't know what's happened with that. Like, it's like my skin's become more susceptible to picking up fucking infections. I don't know what. Like, I'd never had staph in my life till about 18 months ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck's happened, but the first time I got staph, it seems now that every time I get a single cut, it turns into staph.
Yeah, it's
I'm just sick of being on antibiotics and fucking fucked all the time.
So would you say you've half had enough, like, as it is, or what?
Yeah, like, mate, I'll compete again. I'll still compete for like another few years because I do just like a challenge. I do like, and I do thoroughly enjoy writing myself off and training hard.
I think for someone like you, mate, you probably need that as well, don't you? Like, I think that's when you lose your enjoyment, when there's not something to work towards. Like you say, now you've framed it differently now. Like, you've gone over to Danaher's, learned a ton for yourself, but you also, it's made you more exciting for coaching again because you've got all these not new concepts because you're doing the basics shit you already kind of know, but you've got these ideas what you want to put into your own coaching.
Yeah.
Makes it exciting again, doesn't it?
Yeah. And that's what I'd always do anyway, though. Even if I wasn't to compete, I'd still travel to be a better coach.
Yeah.
Like,
it's an experience, isn't it?
you can't. I just think as soon as you stop learning as a coach, you're fucked. Like,
Yeah. The second you think you know,
gotta
you are
constantly
fucked.
keep learning. Otherwise, like, you're just gonna plateau, and so is everyone else that you're trying to coach.
Yeah.
Once that happens, you're fucked.
Fucked, yeah. There is a question here, mate. Assuming it's fuck it. Best 3 BJJ guys you've ever rolled with.
It's all I knew.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, a bit.
Gordon. So Gordon number 1. 2 and 3 joint would be Bordoni and MEREGALI.
That's sick. Fair.
Luke Griffiths wouldn't be far off that. And
Yeah.
Big Dan, fucking hell.
Yeah.
So
Just
like,
new
you
wave.
could say joint 2, 3, 4, and 5 though. Really, them 4 are fucking ridiculous. But then Gordon's
So
something else.
yeah, fair. So even like Duarte versus them, different level.
It's different, mate. Like what I find with Kynan was like, I would rather in this Polaris tournament have Kynan again by far than Bordoni.
Fair.
Because like Bordoni feels like he can submit you with something from every single position.
Fair.
Whereas Kynan's just super strong. Doesn't feel that threatening.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to get Kynan again. Like at ADCC, I was 91 kilos.
Yeah.
Because I was cutting down to fight Hinger at 88 the week after.
Yeah, shit.
I didn't know I was going to do ADCC because I got called in 2 weeks before. Like, I literally fought Kynan 8 kilos underweight. And he beat me on points after 10 minutes. And I didn't feel like I was going to get submitted at any point.
Yep.
I'd love to fight Kynan at 95 kilos in England.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
I'd love that. Whereas
Polaris, make it
Bordoni's
happen.
like fucking... It's funny because you got that documentary now and he like becoming dangerous.
Was.
Have you not watched that?
Who's that, Bordoni?
Yeah.
I've
love
seen
that.
it. Yeah.
Is it on Flow Grappling, is it?
It's on YouTube now.
Oh, I'll have a watch that.
It's class, but like it's funny. It's called Becoming Dangerous because the whole thing about it is like the lad was really good positionally,
Yeah.
but wasn't that dangerous. So people weren't
Wait,
respecting him.
where did he come out of? Pre-New Wave?
He was training with Bernardo Ferreira, who's very fucking good.
Yeah,
He's
good.
a world champion as well. But now he's very dangerous. Like
Yeah.
whatever position he's in, he's just flying on. Whether it's your legs, an arm, your neck.
He won ADCC, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's sick.
But he's just Like I'd pick Kynan that over that all day.
Fair. This is a very similar question, to be fair. Top 3 blokes in sport and why? I don't know if it means in this sport or in all sport.
Top 3 blokes.
Top 3 blokes in sport and why?
Blokes. To me, that'd mean like who I just like in sport more.
Yeah, top 3 blokes in sport and why?
Is that really off the top of my head?
Yeah, I can't think of something.
Favourite bloke.
So, like when I was younger, Sonny Bill was the boy.
Shoulder charging everyone. Right?
Yeah, Sonny Bill was the
I
boy.
think fucking Volk's a bit of a decent bloke,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Volkanovski. He
Fuck's
seems
it,
it.
Do you know, last night me and Don was sat watching, like, so before bed we'd just sit and watch shit. We sat watching the Chinese weightlifting team.
Ridiculous.
Mate, honestly. I'll show you these traps.
It's good that they do that as well, don't they? It's just protein, isn't it?
Mate, yeah, it is just protein.
Because it's an Olympic sport, so they obviously can't be taken out.
I think it's just protein and rice, but somehow you get traps like these. Look at the fucking state of them.
Yeah, that must be that. Is it whey protein?
Genuinely, they call him Giga Chad as well.
Fuck off.
Yeah, they call him the Giga
Chinese
Chad.
Giga Chad.
Chinese Giga Chad. So yeah, top 3 blokes: Lu Zhangjun, Sonny Bill Williams, and
Honestly, off the top of my head, fuck knows. I can't think at all.
the Beard Wizard official. He's a top bloke as well. Someone's just put, "What's the project you keep mentioning?" I'm assuming he means the experiment. The experiment is just a program we are beta testing on Grapple Strong, but the experiment was Alexander Kralin's nickname, the Russian experiment, I think, on it. So it's just a funny name because just love funny names for programs.
I was trying to get someone to paint a picture of Karelin on the wall at the gym.
Oh, really?
Have you seen the picture where he's picking someone up and his eyes look like they're gonna pop out?
So you mean this photo?
Yeah.
So that is the
trying to get that on the wall in the gym, but the bloke pulled out on me last minute.
gutted. So yeah, the experiment is just a program on Grapple Strong, just like daft names for programs. So if you, do you want me to go through a couple? Ready for these?
Go on then. These are the new ones.
So we've got WrestleFuck. That's a classic. The WrestleFuck program. We've got BJJ, Big, Jacked, and Juicy. We have us. Grip and Rip.
Nice.
We've got one called the Iliad Kipchoge Protocol. Who's just a marathon runner. One of the lads is
Eh?
yeah. Iliad Kipchoge.
Yeah,
He's
what
the
the fuck's that?
Iliad Kip.
You've not heard of it? It's
Is that the marathon run?
yeah, it's done
Yeah.
under 2 hours. He's like,
Yeah.
So what's that program?
Mate, it's-
Conditioning or something?
On Grapple Strong, it's not like I thought it would just be purely grapplers. I've got a marathon runner, got tons of firefighters, like mental. So one of
They
them,
join Grapple Strong to be a better runner.
he does grappling, but also does marathon running. I was like, fair fuck. So he's like,
You know?
he's focused on his marathon run at the minute. So the Iliad Kipchoge Protocol. We got a couple of Euro preps, world preps. We got the Mat Monster. Can't beat a good Mat Monster.
Good,
Yeah. The Experiment. Combat bodybuilding.
Oh, nice.
Jesus and Acai.
Oh, you've not.
Yeah. It's a good program. This one was an old one from back in the day. This was like a Carlson Gracie quote at one point. Make them feel like shit.
Nice.
It was a good one. That. And then we got Get Jacked or Die Trying.
Good names.
Yeah, good names. Good names. Next question: is the THANOS power pack optimal for arm triangles? This is from the man that put a paper belt to sleep.
Is this that fucking ridiculous pack?
So to give you some background on this, there's a member of Carlson's. He was just talking about what he did in his past, on it, as in he used to take steroids. But the lad, I was like, mate, are you like 24? He's like, no, I'm 20 years old. And I was like, but you just said you was taking tests when you was 8. I was like, so you was taking tests when you was 18. I was like, yeah, like you're a fucking idiot. Like, what you doing? Anyways, he showed me this website, and I can't remember off the top of my head what the website's called, but there's packs. So there's a THANOS power pack, which was like Test and Trend, Sus and Decker.
It can't be legit though. Like, it can't be legit stuff. Sure.
Fucking fuck knows. There was the shredded Spider-Man pack. There was the Thunderous 4 pack. There's like the Hulk Henge pack. Fucked. So
It's
yeah.
unbelievable. How do you even find out on that website that?
Yeah, I fuck knows.
As
Fuck
an
knows.
18-year-old as well.
That's fucked. It is absolutely fucked. Did Owen buy a cowboy hat and boots on his trip?
I didn't, mate, no. There's fucking loads of like legit cowboys around there though, you know. Oh yeah. Like half the fucking population's walking around in cowboy hats and boots.
What, like legit fucking lasso throwing cowboys?
Proper shit, mate, yeah, like, to be fair, Ox, I think you could pull it off.
You reckon?
Yeah. Like, they have like the similar attire to that, and then they just throw hats and boots on the end.
You reckon?
Yeah, honestly.
Beards as well.
They wasn't all bearded, no. There's a few fucking clean shaven, all ethnicities.
Something to bear in mind, isn't it? You know,
Yeah, like,
when I'm next over there.
it's a bit of a mad place, that Texas, though. Like, everyone is legitimately dressed like cowboys.
You can't really call it a place, though, can you? Because it's like fucking twice as big as some countries, isn't it? Like,
I didn't realise how big it was, you know. So, like, when I
She
was
said.
going, I fucking mistakenly booked my flight to Houston.
Oh yeah, you fucking silly bastard.
You go on Skyscanner and type in Texas, just Houston comes up. Like, Austin don't come up. So
That's
I've done that, booked Houston. Messaged the bloke the day before, like, oh, mate, fucking, I land in Houston at this time. Is your house far from there? He's like, mate, it's 3.5 hours away, that. So I had to go on a flight to Austin.
how long did it take you?
Oh, mate, the flight's rapid. The flight was like 35 minutes.
Were you fucked when you got there? Like, it must be hard to get off a plane, do all that fucking travelling, and just jump straight in there, and stand up rounds, whatever you were doing. I don't know.
Yeah, do you know what, as well? My first session was the hardest. Like, I genuinely had my first session. I thought, fuck me, 2 weeks is like that. It's mental. Like, I got off the plane Monday morning. I got to the house about 11:30. And I thought, training's at 3:45, so I'll go. And I had Big Dan, Luke Griffiths, MEREGALI, Bordone. No, I had Gordon, and then I had Bordone after Gordon. I just got fucking battered in every round.
Genuinely battered.
Yeah, I did get battered.
Should have done it in a cowboy hat.
Were you expecting to get as battered as you did?
On that first session, like, it was like yes and no. Like, I haven't been battered like that for fucking years.
Were you nervous going in, thinking, like,
No.
what am I going to expect from
I
it?
weren't nervous about like how the rounds would go. Just a bit like, I wonder what the place is like. You know, like, I wonder if you're actually welcome here, or
Yeah.
I wasn't bothered how the rounds would go. Like, I genuinely not. Like, it's just training, isn't it? But
Yeah, it is, but I mean, there's that thing, and obviously the new person in the room, and then, like, you know, it's a completely new place. Like, they're all fucking shit. Or you must have been thinking to some extent, like, how am I actually going to get on here?
oh, I was like worried, not worried. I was like thinking about. I was wondering how I'd fare against them, because you don't know until you feel that level, do you?
No, not at all, no.
But when you have eat one after the other,
Yeah, well, this is
that's
it,
when
isn't it?
it's ridiculous.
Do you know what? Like, I know this is off subject, but on subject, kind of. When we went to Northeast, and it was just like black belt, brown belt, black belt, I was like, fuck me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when it accumulates, when you get to round 8.
Well, that's it. When you've got world class. Like, it's not about belts there, is it? It's like
I remember the fucking, like I said, I had Big Dan first. I had Big Dan in a situational round.
Yeah.
And just couldn't do fuck all. And then I had Luke Griffith after it in situational round, couldn't do fuck all. MEREGALI battered me. And then I went to Gordon.
Did he do that MEREGALI, that inversion sweep thing?
Probably, yeah. And then Gordon fucking more or less finished me off. And then I had Bordeaux on it. And mate, I had nothing left. And then I had Bordeaux on it.
Did you feel like,
and
I've got nothing left?
Bordeaux he fucked me off.
What he did?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Like, I remember as I went for double unders, and I've never been thrown from double unders, and I got double unders, and he locked my arms up and burrowed me and fucking, like, Russian suplex.
No way.
Honestly, I just remember landing on the floor thinking, I'm so fucked.
What, you got double?
Oh, I got levered, mate.
What, like a double
unders,
overs?
Just locked his elbows, hooked one of my legs, back steps, and just did this massive judo-style fucking suplex. And I hit the floor. It's the biggest I've been thrown in years. And I thought, yeah, fucked it.
Was it nice to go there to some extent, like having, because sometimes you'll go for these like rounds. That's what you don't really feel pressure, do you? So it's a bit of a weird question, but was it just nice to go where somebody like fully expects you to? Because like where you go, you're expected to kind of be like at least top 2, if not the best in the room in every room you go to in the UK nowadays, really, aren't you? Like, not many are getting the better of you. Was it nice to go somewhere like with not that pressure to be that person?
Mate, it was just nice going somewhere, getting tapped regular.
Yeah, that's what sort of what I
Like
meant.
that's how I used to train with judo. Like I travel with judo all the time. I get thrown loads, and like it's great because like if you hang around in that room for long enough, you're definitely going on better.
Can we start all our rounds and me all locked in an arm?
What?
You heard.
What is he on about?
Come out of nowhere, didn't it?
No, but you know, if you hang around in that room, you're getting better. So like the amount I was getting tapped there, I thought this is fucking fantastic. 'Cause you can't stop learning in that room. So you just know into. If I don't miss a single round, which I didn't miss anything. Like I said that before I went. I'm not like I hurt my ribs in the first session. Like I legitimately hurt my ribs, and I've never hurt my ribs before. So I went to bed worried as fuck. 'Cause I didn't actually know what they were going to feel like when I woke up. But I told myself before I went, I'm not going to miss anything at all. I'm going to just get as much out of it as I can. And yeah, I got fucking loads out of it. So
Obviously, naming no names, do you think people will have gone and done what you've done and had like a day or two and thought, fuck this, and just sat there?
I reckon if a lot of people got that first session that I got straight off the plane, I don't think they'd do every session.
No?
Because that session was a fucking like... I never had another session like that the whole 2 weeks. I don't know if that was like a welcome here session or what. But I got brutalised off every one of the pros.
What a word, brutalised. What a fucking word.
I got brutalised off every pro, one after the other. And I didn't get that for the next 2 weeks at all in one single session. Like, session 1 was the most brutal one.
I respect it.
So I don't know. I think a lot of people would go that had happened and they'd think, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can he start with that head and arm then?
Yeah, you can.
So yeah, 3 things. Will a THANOS power pack be optimal for arm triangles? Probably yes.
Improve your squeeze.
Yeah. Did you buy boots and hats? No.
No.
Can I start in an arm every round with you?
You can, yeah. And then let's do a deal then. Every single round we have from here now, you get to start with an arm triangle.
Yeah.
But, and this can only happen with an arm triangle, if I escape and within the time frame I manage to lock an arm triangle on you, I don't have to let go when you tap. So you say
deal, let's have it.
You have 5 minutes. You start with the arm triangle.
What? So you're allowed to put me out?
So you start
Deal.
with the arm triangle.
I'm
but
up
I've
for
got to
challenge.
get back to an arm triangle within 5 minutes.
Okay,
And if I
yeah.
get it, then I don't have to let go.
I'll just do the old, if it's fucked, keep it tucked. Principle of jiu-jitsu.
What's that?
Yeah, what about What is that?
Never heard of that?
No.
If it's fucked, keep it tucked. Like, obviously, you lose positions when your arms are out or whatever, or you're pushing away, arm bars, underhooks. If it's fucked, keep it tucked.
You've been working on them T-Rex arms.
You know. You fucking know. We always get mad ones about this one. Like, always about fighting in the street. I don't actually know that many people fight in the street, me. But the best takedown to hit in a street altercation.
I don't know.
You
Like,
just do the smart thing. What you do is you just don't fight in the street.
it's not clever, is it? Like, if
No.
you're going to throw someone on the floor.
Yeah, if they bang
and
your
it's
head,
got a
they
mate
die.
who kicks you in the head.
No,
It's
just
fucked, aren't you?
Be honest though, which is the best one? Would you just foot sweep somebody? Because they would never see that coming. You could hit it on anybody
I personally
do you know what I'd do? I'd get naked.
and start with an head
Get
and
naked and go, right, I'm going to put my cock in you. And then see what happens.
What are you on about?
Get naked, I'm going to put my cock in you. And then see what... See,
You wouldn't say that at all.
I'm going to get naked and go, I'm going to put my cock in you. See what they want to do. Do you think they want to get taken down?
I reckon you might get a few takers nowadays.
Right, win-win.
What if he says I'm non-binary?
Get in it.
I was just like, look, right, yeah, do it then.
Best...
Put your money where your mouth
What do you
is.
reckon? What do you reckon?
Personally, I know my reaction would probably be straight to a body lock and a massive pickup.
Yeah.
Which would just be a completely wrong thing to do. It'd be super dangerous, but I think that's what I would go.
So you just drive someone's head into the concrete.
Yeah.
Do you know what would be
Nice.
mental?
Yeah.
Like when you did last
Case
night, you know that head
closed.
clamp?
Yeah.
You imagine head clamping some cunt to the floor, that'd be horrible, that.
When you know what you're doing, you could more or less do fucking anything to
You could,
somebody
yeah.
who didn't know what the hell was coming back.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
face
so.
it.
Best way to maintain muscle mass while in a calorie deficit, shags. I'll just...
I don't know anything about that.
Best way to do that, obviously, keep your protein up. Make sure you're lifting weights. That's pretty much nailed. Like, they're your big rocks. So, yeah. Should we supply a blanket and pillow for Casper?
Fuck off! Who's asked that?
I'll give you 3 guesses. It's a shit house, but it's not the fair shit house you're thinking
So
of.
it's not Danny Walker.
It's not Danny Walker. And it's not Cochrane. He's a shit house. He's a Branzoma. Maro.
You didn't have Matt down as a shit house, did you? Because you never
No.
mentioned him.
The hooligan.
Yeah.
I ever know as a shit house. He keeps turning down rounds for me. There's a shit
Oh,
house. about.
really?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Shit
Call him
house.
out, innit?
I have right now.
Have you
Pussy.
offered him? Let him start in an arm try.
Going to answer the question as well.
Yeah.
Can you get
Well,
him?
supposedly, Matt has been talking. He's been messaging me saying he reckons he's going to find a photo of Adam Wilson and buy a pillow.
What do you mean buy a
You know,
pillow?
you can buy like a personalised pillow of someone's face.
Fuck off.
For anybody that doesn't know the context, it's obviously it's like so. Casper is a purple belt at Carlson Gracie Hall. He's been doing it for a long time. He's an older gentleman now, and one of the white belts who he called a trial class guy, who's actually he's been there 6 to 9 months, and he's a good
Trains
lad.
a lot now.
Trains a lot. He's there I'd say he's there 5 times a week.
He's brought up on the Thanos super pack.
He's
as well.
brought up on the Thanos Super. Yeah, so the guy who asked about the Thanos Super Pack, he got Casper in at a head and arm on Wednesday night,
Is that what it was? An arm triangle?
arm triangle, and Casper reckons it gave him the position. Anyways, Casper got put to sleep, foaming at the mouth, shaking,
Yeah,
people
so,
running over, pulling the gum shield out his mouth. I thought he had an heart attack.
So did you know before when I was saying New Wave are quite safe?
Yeah,
Yeah, nothing like that.
yeah. Well, anyways, he got put to sleep.
You tried taking his shorts off as well.
What was the we kind of already answered this, but I'll still repeat the question. What was the biggest takeaway for Owen after training with Danaher? Love the pod, lads. And one thing I will say is I do apologise about the lack of doing the podcast, because we actually did get a lot of reception on it, and we just get a lot of message like, when is it coming back? Again, I will take responsibility. I'm a shit house.
Yeah, you should do. Biggest takeaway?
Biggest takeaway.
Just technique, mate. I just took loads of technique away. Like,
Yeah.
there's loads you could take from that room, though. Like, technically, you do get loads from Danaher. If you look around the room, it's stuff that we've already said before, though. It's not a surprise. Like, everyone in that room's really good.
Yeah.
And everyone in that room's there every session.
Yeah.
Like, you don't walk in that room going, I wonder if he's there today.
Yeah.
Or I wonder if he won't turn up. Like, everybody is at training, Monday to Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless they're competing somewhere. So it's like, I took loads away from it, technically. As I said, loads of good rounds. But I'd even value the technique that I got more than the rounds. But then just reinforce some things that, like, because sometimes, like, when I lose my mind about people that say, I want to fight and I want to do this and I want to do that, but they don't train, like, they can't just turn up to the gym every morning.
Yep.
And I get really pissed off about it. Sometimes I go home and I think, is it me being a bit too much? But then when you go to a place where everyone is good, you realise that the really simple common theme is that they're really good because they make an effort to just get to the gym every day.
End of the day, mate, I think as a coach, you could give everyone everything. It'll always come down to the person.
It does, mate. It's like, I just think for a coach, like,
in fact, even as a therapist, like counsellor.
Therapist, please.
Yeah. The rape.
If you don't mind. The rapist.
Yeah, like even in that, you can give everyone the guidelines.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
But it's up to them.
Almost anything.
But it's always up to them, innit? Same as you as a coach. You can give everybody everything. It's up to them whether to use the tools.
Yeah, they've just got to meet you halfway.
Yep.
It's like, I don't want our gym to be an average. I don't want our gym to be like a business gym.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I make money off the gym, and obviously, that's my main income.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was selling your ass.
Yeah. Well, the gym just makes money on the side of that. But like, I don't want it to ever be a gym where I'm just going for the money and that's it. Just, to tick boxes and keep everyone happy.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like I said before, I can get out of bed easy to go to the gym. That's not because I'm making money. Like, I don't care about the money.
Do you know
it was because I enjoy trying to build something. And like, I just think, like, genuinely, like, when I went to Texas, it was literally 50-50 why I went. Was 50% of it was because I want to get better myself.
Yep.
50% of it was so I could add a load of shit to the stuff that we already do in the gym. And I think if I'm doing stuff like that, I ain't asking a lot to say, lads, come in 7 till 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And 7 till 9 p.m.
Yep.
Every day. And the whole session's already pre-planned for you. All you've got to do is walk through the door and perform the exercises that you're asked.
Yep.
And I think that's a really, really small thing to do if you are serious when you say, I want to do well. And honestly, mate, as soon as someone fucks that up for 1 week for me, if they're not ill,
I get it.
Kind of gone.
I think we're having this conversation. I think what you said there as well about like being excited for you. I text you the other day and I said, like, what do you believe in, like having a mission statement or having a why? And that's what it is. Like, if you was just there for, I need to get 200 members at 55 quid a month to earn this
easy
income.
To do that though.
Yeah,
You've never done a sponsored advert or anything.
No,
if you did all that shit, you get 200 members easy.
Yeah,
but it's not about that.
It's not that. Like, you have to have a why behind this stuff, don't you? And it is the same for the guys who do want to compete. And I know some of these people do have normal lives. They are trying to manage family, friends, social, health, wealth, whatever. But you have to have, like, there has to be some why behind it. If you're just chasing cash, it's just like,
it's boring.
Yeah, it's just,
it's like you get some cash and you can do some alright stuff, but after that, it's like half the cash you make is just in bank.
Yeah.
I think, like, you know, if you can move your body properly while you're still young and you're into this sort of stuff, I think it's a complete waste if you've got something like that on your doorstep and you're just not taking full advantage of it.
Yeah, do you know that is do you know, like, that you said that's really good, that, because I always think that sometimes I'll admit when it comes to competing, just doesn't really excite me. But I have been questioning myself, will I get to 50 years old and go, why didn't you do that when you had the chance? So I think that's a really good point you fucking made there. A real good point. Like, I for me, it's just live to fight another day. I want to die on that mat.
I think no.
I'll kill you, mate.
Oh yeah, fuck you.
I'll tell you where you will die. In that car park.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah.
When some homeless guy rams a syringe in your fucking neck while you're asleep.
Oh, fucking hell.
Is there anyone at New Wave that sleeps in the car park?
Do you know what? There's not, no. I think you'd die with the heat, though.
Losing out. Losing out. Has Owen been calling everything shockingly difficult since he got back?
Shockingly different.
I'm assuming that's
like that Danaher says.
must be a Danaher thing, yeah.
I've never heard him say that, have you?
No, I thought it was just like so.
I thought it
it
says
was, yeah.
deeply impressive all the time as well, doesn't it?
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
He said a few funny things, like, to be fair.
Yeah, what was the potato one?
Described the Toriando pass by saying, "You
Do it
should
in his
be cook-
voice.
you should be cooking him here like a fucking potato in the oven."
Here's another. So I'm assuming Tootsie Pop is an American thing for lollipop.
Right.
How many licks to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
What?
Who the fuck has asked that?
He's a good lad as well. He's actually a good lad.
That's absolutely
Is
brilliant.
it
How many-
grapple strong?
Yeah, he's a grapple strong lad. How many licks to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
What, do you reckon it's like a twister? Oh, in our country.
Yeah, I go Twisty, yeah.
I'd probably say 15. What are you saying?
I could do it dry. Do it raw.
No,
Do it in a one.
Here we go. Here's another dickhead. How does Jay feel about Big Dave coming back to wrestle fuck his solo?
Who
is
is
that
that?
Big Dave asking?
Big Dave asking.
When's he back? You said he was quitting.
Nice.
He's quit. He's not coming back. He's not coming back.
He
Guaranteed.
does go after you when he comes back, though.
Yeah, he's going to get Ashi Gramid outside Ashi.
What's the inversion?
Zinkaku.
He's fucking got that inversion down, you know.
Yeah.
I hit it
Built
today.
for it, though, and he's like cannonball, isn't it?
Hit it again today.
Did you really?
Me and Ox 1-1 on inversions as well.
Out the back?
Out the back. Is this on Spotify? Yes, it will be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and it will also be on YouTube if you want to sit there and watch it and wank.
It's the only thing you can wank to on YouTube, isn't it? I've not found anything yet.
How do you deal with floppy training partner during drilling, e.g. starfishing the floor?
You got to address that.
Yeah, just
There's
tell
nothing
him.
fucking worse. You got to address it or fuck him off.
Actually, I have a question for you because, see, with Jonah, I've been drilling with Jonah now for 18 months.
The Pope.
The Pope,
Yeah.
O'Leary.
Mr.
So-
Carbonara himself.
We can call each other out when stuff isn't right. So you go, Jay, you haven't done this. Do you think? Oh shit. Do you think sometimes leave it when someone gets something wrong, or
No. I don't think, like, there's a
I'm just
thin
gonna double
line.
check if it's all working. You carry on talking.
It's a thin line that I don't think. I don't think you want to be one of them partners that corrects everything that your partner does because it's just fucking annoying. So, if like I was working with someone and every single thing that I did, you were reinforcing whether it was right or wrong, I'd be fucking you off as well. But then at the same time, if your partner was consistently doing it wrong, it's probably a good thing to just like let them know. But yeah, like, it's very fucking important to have a good partner. So if your partner's fucking doing your head in or your partner's being super floppy like he asked, you've either got to let them know or you've got to fucking change your partners, because there's nothing wrong with having a partner that annoys you or doesn't cooperate with the drill, because one, it just stops you doing the technique properly.
Yeah.
And two, if you want to be good at this sport, you got to do it for a long fucking time, which means you're going to have to train with that person a lot. And if he's doing your head in, that's just never going to work.
I think that is one of the biggest investments in this. Is a good partner in it. Like you can't be good at this sport without a good dance partner.
90% of it's even worse on the feet.
Yeah.
If your partner don't move right on the feet, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
fucked.
How many gum shields can you fit up your ass?
Who's asked that?
That's actually a new member of Carlson Gracie.
What's his name?
Farron.
Is that what he's asked, is it?
Yeah, I respect it.
Tell him when he comes in Monday morning.
I'll
We'll
put
put him
his,
face down and we'll see how many we can get for his ass.
what I'll do is I'll put his gum shield up my ass as well and put it back in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go,
You don't
perfect.
even fucking wear a gum shield, do you?
I don't know. I've never worn one for grapple.
Does Owen have any plans for a sexy calendar? Do you want to call this one out or not?
Who the fuck
It's
keeps
that I am
asking this?
Alexander, lad.
This is yeah. Like I won't say his full Instagram name, but yeah, you've nailed it,
It is, yeah, I know, because he's messaged me that many times. Like, if
Mister.
you know, like, if I was, this is what pisses me off
Oh,
sometimes, right? If I was a lad, right, doing this to a bird, I'd get so much fucking shit.
Yeah, it's sexual
But
harassment.
this bloke messages me shit like that all the time. There's not that much I can do about it.
Do you say he's been doing it to other people?
I've heard that, yeah. Like, I've had a few grapplers tell me, oh, yeah, he's done it to me as well.
You've got a reputation for yourself, pal.
Alexander.
Yeah.
Pop in for a free trial.
Yeah, come down for a session, lad. 5 days, no fap. What's the longest you've done?
Me or you?
Everyone.
I have never done NOFAP.
What is it?
No fap is abstaining from pornography, masturbating, edging.
Doing your beans in general.
Yeah, blowing your load.
Done 2 years, mate.
What, you had a wank for 2
Yeah,
years?
2 years. Yeah.
Fuck off.
No, honestly.
What? You're not done your beans though?
Oh, no, well, yeah, but
Yeah, so yeah, actually there is a whole point of no fap, like you don't even actually come in your missus or...
So, is sex with your missus or a bird
So,
included in this? Or like,
depends
what's
on-
NOFAP?
so if you're going to go down the whole no fap route, you don't spunk at all. So even when you're fucking, you don't spunk.
I've
But-
never done NOFAP like that.
But then there's no fap of like just not masturbating. Like you only jizz when you're fucking shagging.
Right.
I once did 14 days. I'll tell you a funny story. I once did 14 days because it was no nut November.
This is ridiculous. I know what he's going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
no, don't.
did I know this story?
Quite looking forward to it. Maybe I do.
So no nut November is no nut November. Anyways, I got to day 14. Weird thoughts going through my head. Just like, ugh. Anyways, went to go watch Spider-Man with Dom. And while I was watching Spider-Man, I received a lovely photo of a female's cleavage. Anyways, I pre-cummed in my pants. Yeah.
I'll buy that,
Yeah.
mate. Seriously.
True story.
That is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
What,
it's-
in the cinema?
Yeah, I was like,
Watching
You shouldn't have your phone out in the cinema for a start, mate.
Watching a movie.
yeah, I was like watching Spider-Man. I was like, oh yeah, it was class. Anyways,
Fucking hell.
yeah,
Bad
but
that,
like the worst part was like I told her what I was doing. I was like, oh, I'm doing no fap, da da da. So she's like just teasing us and teasing. She's like, oh, you might like these. Oh,
A cleavage as well. It
Yeah.
was close. It could have been anything.
yeah. Oh no, like, you could see it was the chest.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, she just had a boob job, so it was like, biddly bongly.
People used to do that fake one, didn't they, with the elbow and that? People used to send
Yeah,
that.
they did, yeah. It'd be pretty bad if he pre-cummed over that.
Yeah.
And then the last question, we've got quite a serious one. This is probably more for the ox as a
Oh, fuck.
therapist. How to recover when you are burnt out. Have you ever felt burnt out? Or do you actually have any emotions? Or are you just a robot or a gorilla? Or,
I have been burnt out, me, yeah.
and what have you done for your
Normally, mate,
solutions?
if I get burnt out, I used to get burnt out a lot more because I never even used to think anything through. I just used to train as much as I could,
Yep.
which is not the right thing to do. And every now and then I would just hit a wall where I absolutely despised training.
Yep.
And I would literally just have a week away from training.
Fair.
Which doesn't work well though at all. Like I think training week in, week out consistently is better than 6 weeks on, 1 week off.
Say that again, sorry. Be better. Sorry,
I
say that
think
again.
training every week consistently
Yep.
is better than 6 week on really hard.
Yep.
1 or 2 weeks where you fucked.
Yeah, I've repeated this quote a lot, so you two might switch off, but I love the quote of a shining star burns twice as bright but only half as long. Like
Good
I love,
quote.
I love that. Honestly, I love that quote. Like when I first ever read it, I thought this guy's full of shit. Like what the fuck's he on about? But then as I grew older, coaching people, seeing it in business, seeing it in even at Carlson's, training people, training. It is those people that come out like house on fire, talk a load of shit, saying they're going to be at every session. They're trying to do all these extras. They're posting bullshit online. You just know in the back of your head, like, I will not see you in 3 months. You will be gone. You'll be gone.
Yeah, that level of intensity has a fucking shelf life. I also think a lot of people feel like they're burnt out when they're not actually burnt out as well. Like,
Yeah.
what would you say the key symptoms of burnout would be? Because I'd say the biggest one is actually just being a bit sick of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like,
me,
as
yeah.
opposed to how you're feeling physically, it's more like a mental thing. That.
When I've been burnt out, I think it was burnt out is when I like literally start hating training.
Yeah.
For me, see, like, I mean, I have had burn out, but not through grappling. Mine was more for like business and stress. And I think like the big things for me was like lack of energy, always fucking exhausted, always wanted to sleep. It was like
Lamppost.
Yeah, I used to like literally drive to work thinking I would love to drive into this lamppost and die. Feelings of just like constant like cynicism or like just constant negativity, and then just poor performance.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, no, like it's true though. Like genuinely, like that was true. Like I used to drive to work thinking that lamppost looks fucking good.
Looks cozy.
I was like, oh, if I get to this roundabout now and a lorry just came out.
To drive into or to whack your kegs down and have a shit on it.
To fire one up.
Either or. Either or. Yeah, but I think you are right there. First off, it is identifying are you actually burnt out, and
Yeah, I don't think burnt out is a fatigued body.
yeah.
I
I do
think
not.
No, I don't. Not like muscle fatigue.
Yeah,
I don't think like if your fucking body feels twatted from training.
Yeah.
I don't think that's burnt out.
Yeah, so and sometimes it could be a
I
hormonal thing
think
as well.
it's mind, mate.
Yeah, mate. Sometimes like sorry, you Gox.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it rings true what you said. You said it to me, like, when I was about New Wave and that, and you said, like, when you turned up, you almost, how the fuck am I gonna get through this? It's absolute nightmare. But your body does adapt to hard training.
Yeah.
And like you almost learn to vary the intensity of your training within the session, even if it's hard anyway, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Like, so the physical thing, like I always feel like you can keep going.
Yeah.
Like
It's the mind.
physically, yeah.
When
Yeah.
the mind's fucked, you're fucked.
I think one thing I haven't specified is with this question is because we also don't know as well, like, is this burnout from training or is this burnout just genuinely burnt out? So like someone actually reached out who we all know saying he thought he had burnout. I was like, look, mate, like maybe go to someone who'll give you a better diagnosis. And he found out he had depression. He had some form of depression. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it's like, is it burnout or is it depression? So like again, it's not just training. Obviously, there's lifestyle factors, all that kind of stuff as well. So yeah, sorry, I'm being boring.
No, I wouldn't know much about that, mate.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, I think it is identifying whether you're burnout or not. Finding out what your stresses are. Are you looking after your health? Because like it is just like simple things. Like I mean, you deal with it a lot more than us. It's like they don't clean the bedroom. They don't want to open the curtains. They've never seen sunlight. It's like, are you doing things to relax as well? Like training's fucking amazing. Like there's nothing like when you are feeling like shit and you're like, oh god, I don't want to go fucking train. When you go train, you're like, I'm so glad I went. That stuff's great. Then it's also just doing stuff to relax as well. Like actually going outside and fucking touching grass and looking at the sky. And I know as wooey as it is, it does help.
Does, yeah. I think it's just doing things that are like in line with your value system. That's how depression's treated. Like you do things physically that are in line with your value system, things that are important to you, things that you enjoy, then things tend to start getting better. You start seeing more of like an upward trajectory. Whereas like people just get so defeatist about bad days and fucking bad weeks. But I think you need to just conceptualize it for what it actually fucking is. It might just be a blip. It might just be that bad week. It's not necessarily
Your thoughts on journaling and that stuff.
Life.
Like one thing that helped for me was journaling. I'm not saying that like today I wipe my bum, like nothing like that, but it's just more like for me, it's like so this is my journaling process. I go rating of a day, 1 to 7, 1 being shit day, 7 being great day. Then I write down 3 wins. I write down something that didn't go right, something I've learned, something I could do better. And then someone I positively impacted. That's my journal process. And then I write my day out and write down 3 things I'm grateful for. That's my journal process. That gets me into a positive mindset.
Well, you can equally as well. You've got that physical representation of what I'm actually doing. Like, do I need to change anything?
Yeah.
Am I getting enough on my weeks or on my days? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, there's a lot to be said for doing that, to be fair.
Yeah. I think you nailed it there, like looking at your goals and values. I think when you do lose what is my purpose, you can't see the forest for the trees sometimes, can you? And you're just like, fuck all this shit. Fuck you and fuck you and fuck you and fuck you. Ed and Am, but like, you cunt.
Absolutely.
But yeah, mate, the guy who asked that, I'll send you the shit out of me, but yeah, that's my thoughts. Anything else you want to go through, boys?
Pretty much covered everything, haven't we?
Yeah. It was a great return.
Just need it edited now and don't get into pulling that foreskin all night
All I'm hoping is that it's all gone down okay. I am so scared that something hasn't worked, like a camera hasn't recorded or the audio hadn't been recorded or something, I'd be fucking gutted.
I
But
nearly just fucked off $4 worth of fucking mother
but obviously we do appreciate listening to this, and we're buzzing to be back. Hopefully soon we will actually a nicer looking studio in Casa del Dom's bumhole.
Need to end this before it starts getting dark, man.
Yeah, anyways, thank you thank you for listening, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and sayonara.
Oosh.
Oos.
Oh,